Last call, last call. There are some players that can just absolutely dominate your league, put you in a position of prominence, and make you a spaceman. And these are just two of the guys we're going to talk about today. And we've talked about these players over the course of weeks and months. And I know some people are getting tired of hearing about some of the same guys, but at the same time, there's sometimes a nice little nudge and reminder. Not everybody catches every show. So this is going to be an all-encompassing kind of league winner event, if you will. And we will draft on Underdog, so make sure you click the link that's in the live chat pinned. That link is sitting there waiting for you to click on it. $10 minimum is all it requires, and they'll do a 50% match on your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. So just click that link that's in the live chat pinned. And it's in the description of the video, every video as well. But right now, some of the players I'm drafting the most, just can't stop drafting them. Every time I'm clicking the name, Gordon's one of them. Gordon's by far and away, him and Sharps, the two best league-winning late player grabs that go in different spots. This is a much later double-digit round guy. The two best picks right now that I'm smashing of the later variety. Sharps would go in 9, 10, 8, kind of depends on what league you're in, but I'd say 9 in general. Gordon's going double-digit rounds, deep in the double-digit rounds sometimes round 12, 13 in a grandma league. They won't even know who he is. They will have no idea who Ollie Gordon is. They'll think Jalen Wright, if anybody even knows who the backup is in your league, they'll think Jalen Wright's the guy, but Gordon is going to score 10 touchdowns, even with a healthy H-Hand exploding. H-Hand does better with Gordon. Gordon does better with H-Hand. Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel, and they need each other. These two guys, H-Hand and Gordon, are going to potentially bring Miami Mike McDaniel back from the dead, because he's literally, his job is on the line, and he needs to get back to what works. What worked was Mostert and H-Hand and Mostert. Mostert was a top 10 running back. H-Hand was having a remarkable season. I mean, he had a remarkable season, but he is a marvel, a 7.8 yard per carry running back when a guy like Gordon is keeping defenses honest and wearing defenses down, and you can have them both on the field at the same time. H-Hand plays more of a wide back role from the RB position, kind of similar to Debo, but just inverse. That's where H-Hand's explosive. That's where he gets 7 yards a rip. You don't want H-Hand getting 2 and 3 yard carries. That's what this guy's there for. And he'll make those 2 or 3 yard carries into 4 or 5 yard carries. H-Hand's great at all over the field. And they're not taking him out at the goal line all the time. But this is a guy that they'll put in there when they need 1 yard plunge. And H-Hand, they'll put him in there. They'll put Gordon in there for the 1 yard plunge. Then the next time they'll pretend they're going to do that. And then H-Hand will be on the field and they'll throw the ball. H-Hand will walk in untouched. H-Hand will be fine. And I'm definitely drafting H-Hand right now. He's expected to fully be ready for week 1. The freak out is undeserving, and it's just a lot of freak out Freddies, and H-Hand's values have been dropping steadily, and I've been taking advantage of it. We're going to break down all this and more. The Fantasy Football Show, League Winner Show, live draft show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So, Moon Men, Mars Men, Saturn Men, Mid-Season Monster Revenge Tour. Remember Revenge Tour?
It's time for some revenge right now. Revenge tour, revenge tour. Revenge tour, revenge tour.
Part of me thinks we're missing some blatantly obvious revenge tour candidate. Let me just pull up some rankings real quickly, and for those that don't know, I've got my year-round fantasy football rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators, articles, all that, and the new editions of the dedicated buy low, sell high, and waiver wire sections, like these graphics, these little square images. The video course one's gone, and you're gonna have also, I think the article one is gone, and I have a waiver wire one, and then a buy low, sell high. So there's going to be specific features. And I might even open up like similar to like a draft kit, but more of like an in-season management package that might be like a $9, $12 or something package that'll allow you access to the waiver wire and the buy low, sell high only. And if you want rankings, you just buy the whole package or whatever. But Revenge Tour.
It's time for some revenge right now. Revenge tour, revenge tour. Revenge tour, revenge tour.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Revenge Tour. Who are we missing from the Revenge Tour? Who needs to be added to this bad boy? I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to. Some might say Tyreek. I say no way. Brees Hall, very underrated. Rice with the injury. Debo Samuel, everybody doubts him. And Shador is doubted from square one. Still doubted today. So he's in revenge mode all the time. You didn't have to fail the year prior. He's been failing in everyone's eyes the entire offseason through the draft. A lot of collusion talk right now. MHJ needs to be on this list. I said that as soon as Hoove typed that. That's funny. MHJ needs to be on this list. Who else needs to be on this list? Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he could be on there. Kyle Pitts. Definitely. Yeah. Shador 100% deserves to be on this board. 100%. There's no doubted player right now more than Shador. Poor guy's getting blasted left and right. Everything he does, people question. Let's put MHJ on here. He definitely needs to be on this list. MHJ's got the best graphic too. There's no better graphic than MHJ's. He looks like he's ready to take the league by storm. We've got let's see, Smith. I think this is pretty good for the receivers. Pickens is kind of on a revenge tour kick, don't you think? I think Pickens, we need to talk about Pickens right now. He's a league winner. Pickens qualifies for this conversation right now. We need to discuss George Pickens. Pickens might be quietly one of the better wide receiver twos in fantasy right now. Let me move everybody over. We've got MHJ. We've got Debo. Debo's going to go absolutely ballistic this year. I love the Debo doubt. I love the earlier caller today. He was like, I'm a Debo fan. And he started trashing Debo. It's like, you're not a fan. You're not a Debo supporter. You're not. You just can't be. If you're going to talk trash about Debo and say that he's lost a step and say things like, at this current stage in his career, Pickens is a league winner. Let's talk about Pickens real quickly. Let me head back over to this main screen. And let's talk about how Pickens is going to win leagues. Just straight up win leagues in many cases. Ollie Gordon, Sharps are two of my favorite players to draft. You know that by now. Ollie Gordon is a monster. Just a straight savage. Looks like Melvin Gordon. The good old Melvin Gordon in his prime. And Pickens, let me move this back down. Pickens is looking like a prime candidate to completely destroy expectation. If I had to guess, this guy's catching everything, and Pickens is better served as a 5th round player in like a grandma environment than he is maybe a 4th rounder in a Shark League environment. But if you get him in the 5th round, this equals league winning. Just straight up. Because Pickens is probably going to get you. Let's take a gander. What did he do last year? I'm just going to look at his last year numbers, and I want to see what he's done all time. He's going as wide receiver 21. He's bringing to the table a 59,903 line, which is awful from 2024. He's had 1140 before with 5 TDs and 63 receptions. Never had more than that. That was his biggest year in touchdowns, in yards, and in receptions. That's a nice season. I'd venture to say he's going to catch 80 balls this year. I think 1140 is too low, but at the same time, let's just put it at that 1140, 1150. And his touchdowns is high of 5. He's going to blow that out of the water. I'm going to say this is going to be a 9 to 10 touchdown George Pickens. This will be a league winner from his ADP. 80, 11, 50, and 9 to 10. That is a monster, ladies and gentlemen. That is a player that's going to annihilate his ADP, his wide receiver 21 rank, going below Worthy, going below Ted McMillan, going below, all those guys, barely going above McLaurin, barely going above J-Mo. He's only 2 spots above J-Mo, 3 spots above DJ Moore. Now, those guys are all deserving here, too. I'm not suggesting they're not good players, but Pickens can flirt with wide receiver 1 numbers, and you're taking him as wide receiver 24. If you assume that everybody's starting at least 2 wide receiver spots, right? Wide receiver 21 puts him at the tail end of wide receiver 2s, but I venture to say he sometimes gets drafted at that 24, 23, 22 spot too. So could be in some cases like a first person's wide receiver 3. And if that's the case, I mean, he can sleepwalk into earning his value in ADP. But even if he gets from wide receiver 21, 80, 11, 50, and 9 to 10 touchdowns, that's league winning. This is one of my favorite. I don't like him as my number 1 wide receiver, but this is one of my favorite wide receivers to grab right now, if for some reason he falls to like the top of 5. But the problem I will have is that I love Hunter, I love Harvey, I love Hampton, I love Hendy. I'm grabbing all those guys so much that it does make it hard to grab and pull the trigger on a Pickens when you're sitting there staring Travis Hunter in the face. You're sitting there looking at Harvey in the face. So, yeah, you got to mix it up. We got to force the issue a little bit. Other league winners, to me, aside from these 3 gentlemen right here, and there are so many league winners this year. Of course, this is probably the biggest league winner, period. And we talk about him every single day practically. No, we do. We talk about him every single day. This is a guy that our show, our community is drafting so heavy. There's no mistake about who's not only building the train, but also conducting it. That is us. Because no one's talked up Ibuka more than I have the entirety of the offseason. No one's had him as the unquestioned wide receiver 2 without a hesitation. I mean, he's even, we even talk about there is a world where he's the wide receiver 1 from this class. I mean, of course, that's the case. Travis Hunter and Ibuka, and then a tier break. As much as some of you do love Ted McMillan, and I do like Ted McMillan. I wouldn't say I love Ted McMillan. I like Ted McMillan a lot. But he's going ahead of Ibuka. He's going ahead of George Pickens. It's crazy. Ibuka's got a 60.5 ADP on a wide receiver heavy underdog app. 60.5. 60.5. Ted McMillan is going at pick number 38. That is wild, and that tells you that Ibuka is the league winner. Ibuka going at, what did I say? Ibuka was what, 60? Gee, 60.5 ADP. 60.5 ADP. That's below Ricky Pearsall. That's below Jalen Waddle. I like that it's, I like Rashee Rice here, so I'm not going to rip on that. I like Ridley here, but I still take Ibuka over Ridley. Honestly, DK Metcalf, I take Ibuka over DK Metcalf. I take Ibuka over Sutton. That's me. You can feel differently. I take Ibuka over DJ Moore. Now, those are good players. They certainly are. But does Emeka Ibuka win you a league when he is wide receiver? Wide receiver, what is he being drafted? 34. Oh my God. Wide receiver on underdog too, where it's wide receiver heavy. 34. Wide receiver 34. This is almost your wide receiver 4. This is the tail end of the wide receiver 3s. I don't understand it at all. There's in my opinion, there hasn't been a more NFL ready wide receiver for quite some time to come out of the college game. And that's for many reasons that I can back up and not just say and run my mouth. It's because he's played with some of the best talent to ever grace a college football field in the wide receiver room. Olave, JSN. You got MHJ. You got Jeremiah Smith playing on the same roster in the same lineup with all of those guys, spanning a big time frame. This guy has played with competition that no one else has played with at the college level. He's learned how to play all the positions. He returns, he catches a football and turns into a return artist while he's on the field playing wide receiver. His vision is unmatched. His route running is as fluid as Malik Neighbors. He looks like Malik Neighbors on the field. You can balk at that all you want, but you're just kind of proving you're shallow-minded in the ability and capability of some players coming into the league. And to suggest it because you haven't seen something yet, like if somebody would have said BTJ will be wide receiver 4 last year, you would have said, no, that can't happen because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, Smitty. Well, guess what? It did happen, and it still can happen. It can happen again. This is the most likely candidate to kind of replicate, rinse, and repeat what we saw last year. Not saying he'll be 4, but if anybody could be the number 4 again, or 5, or 6 overall for rookie wide receivers, it would be this guy. And we don't need to see it in order to predict it, because that's not what we do. Why would you even play fantasy football if you weren't in a position to predict things, if you weren't allowed to have that kind of mentality in a place where nobody knows what in the hell's going on, and some players will just excel when they hit the next level. And I'll even say this for Matthew Golden, who I still have lots of questions about, but there's an open-mindedness for me that I have to hold, that even Matthew Golden, who I haven't exactly loved because I think he was overdrafted, I think that the team, I don't even know the commitment level to playing and throwing to one wide receiver in saturation. Jordan Love, I don't believe in. I think this team's going to potentially be a little bit up and down this year in shambles. Jordan Love can't stay healthy. There's a lot of reasons to run away from the situation from all aspects, except for maybe Tucker Kraft. But this is still, you got to have an open mind to say, if I see something different, if I like Matthew Golden, it's okay. I'm not going to get everything right. I'm not saying I'm switching. I'm just saying that's an example of where you will see me, if it allows for it, if it calls for it, for me to change, adjust, and adapt. Everybody should adjust and adapt. And if anybody is holding out strong against these guys because you've already held out against them, you've already put receipts out there and saying, I don't think Igbuka's going to survive, blah, 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 blah. I don't like Pickens. He's a diva and he's going to get all upset. And is he? Or did, like Tom Brady, calm down Antonio Brown for over a year by hitting the pause button on the diva meter? Did Pickens get a little hiatus from the diva machine? I think so. I think it got the pause button got hit. I think he'll be diva like next year if he has a great year. When he has a great year, he's going to be wanting a bag. He's going to want a big fat bag, and he's going to play the diva game with an owner that is the worst at this. Jerry Jones, imagine Pickens wanting more money and Jerry Jones being like, nah, we're going to drag this thing out till the bitter end. Imagine what that's going to be like. It's going to be holy hell. And if you've got Pickens in Dynasty, maybe you sell him during the last game. Let him win you the championship. Do a gentleman's bet agreement, or a gentleman's agreement. I'll trade you Pickens after this championship game because you're anticipating what might happen with Jerry and Pickens in the offseason. League winner, league mother freaking winner, and league mother freaking winner right here. These guys are ballers. These guys are crushing ADP. These guys crush for a living. That's what they do. What do you do for a living? I crush. I smash. That's what I do. That's what Igbuka answers when he's asked the question, what do you do for a living? Playing football is secondary. Smashing is what he does first and foremost. Just annihilating people. Thornton, obviously, kind of crafty pick. I'm not going to put him up here when I'm just tossing out monster league winners. I'm looking for the best of the best. I'm looking for the guys that just single-handedly are going to flip your league upside down. And I think these guys apply. And if we're looking at wide receivers, there's certainly other candidates I could throw out, but these are the big dogs. These are the ones that I think could literally tip your league upside down, that are a little bit deeper. Debo's going deep enough to have this conversation because he also goes kind of around where Ibuka goes. So if we're going to talk about Ibuka this way, we got to kind of talk about Debo this way. Now, I will say that Travis Hunter is going a little too early to put it in the same conversation. But then again, it's like, who makes the rules? I do. We do. If I want to talk about Travis Hunter right now, I'll talk about Travis Hunter right now. And this is another league winner. He's going to go a lot higher. The cost of entry is different. It's not quite the same type of player in terms of their value versus their upside, but he's still a league winner. This is still a top 10 potential wide receiver this year and every year. And people that doubt him and they think he's going to get hurt playing both ways, everybody's got an opinion. And you're either a person that just doesn't believe that something that you haven't seen before you just think it can't happen. If you've never seen it, it can't happen. I got to see it before I can believe it. Guess what? Scared money don't make money. If you're not first, you're last. Travis Hunter and Emeka Egbuka are two specimens in this draft class. Two unbelievable wide receivers in a once talked about wide receiver class that was supposed to be a lot lesser than previous years, to the point where everybody's going to be freaking out about how bad it is. This is not a good wide receiver class. It's the running backs that are good. Well, the running backs are good. Running backs are phenomenal. But guess what? Egbuka and Hunter, and maybe Ted McMillan for some of you too, and I like Ted, but Egbuka and Hunter are going to explode. Not only does this guy live in the best offense for him, for his skill set, for what he brings to the table, his versatility, the volatility that's there present in Tampa with Evans getting older, with Baker needing to feed these wide receivers. And then you have Evans getting older, you have Godwin coming back from a mangled ankle, and there's probably no chance that Godwin stays healthy on a regular basis. Egbuka is needed. He's required, and his unique skill set of bouncing around at different positions at the college game, trying to make do to fit in with all the monsters that he played with, Jeremiah Smith, Olave, MHJ, JSN. He had to move over and navigate into different wide receiver spots, play all over in order to stay relevant and help out his team. He was a rover. So what better place to have this guy land than in a volatile environment where Godwin might come back, he may not come back, Evans may drop off, he may not drop off, McMillan's there, no he's not, McMillan's hurt now, you got the other young exciting player. There's a lot of movement around, and he says, move me wherever you want. I can handle it. Not only can he move wherever the coaching staff dictates or needs him to be, he will do it at 100%. He will be just as good on the outside than in the slot. He'll be just as good running drag routes as running post routes. He'll be just as good in a screen environment. This guy has got a kick return mentality. Whenever the football's in his hands, he reads and surveys the defense as if he's returning a kick, and that's why he's such a home run hitter, because his mentality is different. His scanning of the field is different. Egbuka is going to the mother freaking moon. Egbuka could be a top 10 wide receiver as a rookie, and I don't care what anybody says. I just don't.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars men.
Egbuka you're either in or you're out. In fact, if you haven't been in,
Loads
you're out
dropping
already.
and spinning aimlessly in space.
I ain't letting you in. This train the doors are closed and soldered shut. Book it to the moon. Now, Travis Hunter, on the topic of Hunter, though, this guy is in the most ideal situation for his skill set. Why? Because his coach is going to scheme up all kinds of dedicated plays and runs and jet sweeps and end arounds and screenplays, all stuff that's so on or at or behind the line of scrimmage that this guy's quick, shifty capability is going to feed him about maybe a fourth of all of his fantasy production coming from that running angle of things. You know, it's so when someone says T-Long, I got a good comment. Ready? You ready? You ready? Everybody gather around. You ready? I'm going to shut Smitty down. So what? Is T-Law going to be a top 5 quarterback? I told Smitty. T-Law can be QB 9. And BTJ and also Hunter could both be top 12 wide receivers. One could be 6, the other could be 10. And T-Law can still be QB 7 8, 9. First of all, the difference between 7 and 12 sometimes is like 30, 40 points in fantasy. So let's relax right then and there. Your argument's shot to pieces. But second of all, you have to understand that a big portion of Travis Hunter, his production is going to come on the ground or come via runs that are really passes, but they're behind Trevor Lawrence to throw, and so it counts as a run. There's going to be potentially 200 plus rushing yards in the future of Travis Hunter, and really this year. There's going to be something along the lines of 3 or 4 rushing TDs. I'm not saying that all of these will be throws that get deemed to be runs and then Trevor Lawrence gets screwed out of his production. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that through end arounds, jet sweeps, runs that are designed for him to run the ball, you're talking about taking 3 to 4 TDs and maybe 200 yards off the top of a BTJ projection. So if I'm telling you that BTJ and Hunter will be equals pretty much their entire career, you might be going, I don't understand. I thought BTJ's a specimen, Smitty. They're both specimens. And if you're taking 203 to 4 off the top of a BTJ line, so if BTJ's catching 1,400 balls, 110 receptions, and let's call it 110, 1,400, and we'll call this 13 TDs, let's say. That's a BTJ line. This will be for BTJ. When you get to take off 200 yards, and this becomes 1,200 yards receiving for Hunter, take off 110 because he's running so much and getting attempts, that this becomes 95 receptions for Travis Hunter. You talk about having 3 to 4 TDs. Well, now you only need 8 to 9 touchdowns out of Travis Hunter. And all of a sudden, a 95, even call this 1150, 95, 1150, and 8 to 9 TDs equals BTJ. And the reason it equals BTJ is because he has this to add to it to make their stat lines very simple. You're either in or you're out. You're either in or you're done. You're done.
You're done. You're done.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
If I had to call out a couple more, league winners, I don't know that I'm going to go wide receiver, shopping right now, other than Debo is going to explode. And if you doubt Debo, good. Debo can't get, like, people regurgitate what they hear. Anybody that comes in here and goes, Smitty, he can't get open. He's not good at getting open. He doesn't get open anymore. He's really tough in press cover. Like, these are the repeated Roger lines people have been feeding people for years. And this mostly derives from Niner fans that are really in their feelings about losing Debo. And now they just want to hate on the kid. And it's disgusting, to be honest with you. It reminds me a lot of the Shador hate, the Debo hate, the Shador hate, the Travis Hunter hate. It's all the same. It's just wrapped up in a different way, a different color wrapping paper, and a different bow. That's all it is. Debo Samuel has never played outside Kyle Shanahan's system in the NFL, so you don't know what he is. Kingsbury can get the most out of this kid, and JD5 is such a mobile quarterback. Do you think that Debo is going to see any of the same defensive coverages he's ever seen before? Or is Debo going to always be just a little bit more open and free, running around, roaming around, dragging across the field as JD5's running with him, and JD5 just throws a missile right into the breadbasket? And Debo, being the yak yardage machine that he is still to this day, and he was last year, Debo was one of the very best receivers in a few very important categories that he's dominated over the course of his entire career. So when someone runs their mouth and says Debo was bad last year or Debo lost a step, you don't know what you're talking about. You heard it and you're repeating it. You heard it from some other channel, some Mickey Mouse creator, and you're repeating it and embarrassing yourself while your mom's working hard getting the meatloaf ready Went and got new batteries for your Game Boy, and you're still complaining and running your mouth in a regurgitation style effect. This guy was third in yards after contact, 7 in broken tackles last year. And yes, this number is alarming because this is the system he lived in last year. Everything was going to trash. They weren't moving the ball down the field. So for him to be yards after contact 3, broken tackles 7, and done that his entire career, this screams to you that he did not drop off last year. He was in a really shitty situation. So you think what you want about Debo. You hate Debo all you want. You talk trash about him all you want. Your boy is here to tell you that you're going to make a grave mistake. Debo's winning leagues. And if we head on over real quickly to just the RBs, tight ends, I mean, there are some league winners. Kyle Pitts, it comes to mind as a potential revenge tour type player and league winner. Love Kyle Pitts. He's going to absolutely explode back end of the scene because Penix Jr. He's never had a quarterback like Penix Jr. Let's be real and let's understand and let's remember that this is a crazy situation. Evan Ingram is going to absolutely go ballistic, and he goes in round 9. Evan Ingram and Kyle Pitts are two of the very best tight end values in fantasy football. League winners, sleeping giant league winners. And at the running back position, you see it. Charbonnet, Ollie Gordon, Brashard Smith is a total league winner. This converted wide receiver that ran for 1,300, almost 1,400 yards last year in college, converted to a running back. And he did so successfully. 14 rushing touchdowns. I believe it was 4 receiving touchdowns as well. 18 total touchdowns. 300 plus receiving, if I remember correctly. And 13 something. It was roughly almost 1,700 total yards and 14 touchdowns that this kid dropped. And he's been running with the wide receiver ones. The wide receiver ones. Not because they're trying to convert him back. Andy Reid's just like, if I'm going to run Pacheco, I'm not going to sit this weapon on the bench. We're going to use him. And Andy Reid was asked in the offseason multiple times, how many carries could Brashard Smith get as a rookie? He said as many as he can handle. So, or touches. So he's going to get those touches and become a big part of the offense. And that's right away. And if Pacheco goes down, and Pacheco is one of the most aggressive runners in the National Football League. In fact, I got a run you can look at. I'm going to put this on my Instagram. But Pacheco is so abusive to his own body, he's going to get hurt. At some point, he's going to get hurt. And I have this footage here. Let me see if I can play this back for you guys. This is crazy. Pacheco is so abusive to his own body. It's wild that he stays even remotely healthy for as long as he does. Because this is the Puka Nacua times 3 at the running back position. And I'm going to let this play on repeat and show you a couple times. This is Pacheco. This is Pacheco against the Bears. Good Lord. This is Pacheco against the Bears running out of bounds. Right into a trash can. He ran right into Caleb Williams. Sitting on the side. He ran right into Caleb. Right into him. Oh, wait, no. Okay, he ran right into that trash can. And look at this. Look at this. Boom! What's he doing back there? So, Pacheco, he's so aggressive to his own body. He's so aggressive to his own body. And it's just a matter of time before Brashard Smith is starting solo games, not just running out as a wide receiver. It's going to be an absolute wild affair. This Travis Hunter is gonna be a bust. Take a lap, pal. Renegade, no one cares about your comment. No offense. I know you think you might have got me, but telling me to take a lap on my own show when you're the only one in the room that feels this way is kind of like, I don't know, walking into a science lab and saying, hand me a flask beaker. Hand me a flask beaker. Hand me a flask beaker Samsonite. I mean, Renegades, that's so silly you sound. You're walking into a science lab and you're asking for a flask beaker Samsonite. You don't know what you're doing. No offense, but you don't tell the scientist to get a beaker and then call it different names Like you coming in and telling me to take a lap, it just doesn't work. It's embarrassing. So, thank you though, Renegades. Appreciate you either way. Just a wild thing. That analogy makes no sense. It does. It might not make sense to you. But you're the one that thinks a flask beaker Samsonite is real. All right. Tootin, fantastic league winner. Absolutely starting games at some point. I love Bigsby, but Tootin will start games. You know that. I know that. We all know that. Krosky, Merritt. I don't even know if I'd call him a sleeper anymore. This guy is still going late enough, though, in some scenarios. In others, he's not. Jaden Blue is a league winner that kind of lost its appeal as he got banged up at the tail end of the preseason. So people are kind of like already just like walking away. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm moving on here. Woody Marks, we've talked about Woody Marks for months, and now he's in pole position potentially because what did we tell you? Remember I got in an argument with the guy a night or two ago? It was like Mixon's going to be fine and you'll see and you're going to be wrong on this. And I just said, bro, Nick Chubb can't even move left to right. Nick Chubb can't even move left to right, my boy. And Mixon's in, feels like 3 walking boots and he's only got 2 legs. So, Marks is in great positioning, and Marks is a freaking monster. And I took a screenshot of his game logs or his career stats from college, and look at this. Look at this number, this wide receiver number in the bottom section in 2021, line 2021. 83 receptions for 502 and 3 touchdowns. It's unbelievable. I can't believe this guy had 83 receptions in a season. Look at those receiving stats. He is a guy that if the Texans are playing from behind, that's a player I can get behind when it comes to investing, having the faith that even with a maybe game script issue, in my opinion, the Texans are going to struggle. And they're going to need to throw the ball in the third and fourth quarter. And that takes the running back out of the game. Chubb's got no shot at being relevant. You've got, if Mixon were in there, Mixon at his older, ripe age of trying to stay healthy, getting older, probably not going to be as good. And then you get this guy here that's got a track record and resume of catching 83 footballs at the college level during a season as a running back. So game script be damned, this guy's going to be a part of something. And Marks has league-winning capability. Of course, we love this man right here. He's the leader of the Revenge Tour group. Mitchell doesn't even need Henry to get hurt, but if Henry does get hurt, he goes from being an amazing flex or running back 4 in his sharing role because he's going to be all over the field catching footballs to a league winner. The only guy that was averaging more yards per carry or has averaged more yards per carry than Achane. He just didn't do it for 100 carries. He got hurt towards ACL right before. Had all last year to get healthy, so it's not like he's coming fresh off the ACL injury. That was last year. He just never really got on the field, never really was fully healthy. And so now we're 2 years removed, and Mitchell's ready to rumble. Just ready to rumble. Ray Davis has still got that allure. Definitely still has that allure of being a league winner. I mean, this is just quite an eclectic group. And I hate to put this guy on the screen, but if anything did ever happen to Bucky, Tucker would, and he's a good standalone grab for people that have a very deep draft and they're looking for something in like round 18. It's 18-man draft, 12-team league. You're sitting there and you need another RB. This is the kind of guy you look to when you say Tucker is he's the cuff, he's the backup. I don't want to hear Rachaad White. Don't even say it. It's not the case. Rachaad White's not the backup. It is Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker is the cuff. Rachaad White is a change of pace back, not even the third down back anymore. He's not the third down back anymore. He's a change of pace third down back. He will spell Bucky on third downs when Bucky says, I'm going to go drink the coffee you got me. Once you go in there, Rachaad, keep my seat warm. And Tucker's waiting there in the wings. If something happens, Tucker goes in. And they're going to get him the ball more. He's such a league winner and a must cuff. Renegade didn't say it. Who didn't say what? I don't know. Okay, Harvey in the 5th is round in ESPN. That's fine. That's fine, my boy. Yeah, I mean, Brashard Smith's going to start games. Tootin's going to start games. Marks is going to start games. Of course, Krosky Merritt. Gordon's going to, regardless of Achane, he's just going to play games, play massive amounts of carries. Trying to see if there's anybody. I guess I would say, Bigsby as well, but Tootin's on there. Bigsby as well. Benson. Benson gets in there. It's going to be top 10 running back numbers. Benson's a league winner. These are league winners. All these guys are league winners. And I think it probably is fitting to put Bigsby on here. I don't want to not have Bigsby on the screen because him and Tootin both are just freaking monsters. Both probably getting a shot at some point. Both will do well at some point. I like Pacheco with Brashard Smith, by the way, as a cuff, but I'm definitely feeling like the league winner is going to be Brashard Smith. This is such a good crew. Scattaboo's got a little bit of that league winning capability. It's easy to forget about him right now because he got banged up, and this is the same thing that people are feeling about Blue. Blue got banged up. Everybody's a little disappointed, and they're just like, I'm going to walk away from this one. Don't walk away from Scattaboo when he's looking at you. Look at him. He's so angry. He's so angry. Don't make him more angry. All forgotten and forgive, says Renegade. I'm confused on what... Did I maybe yell at Renegade when he didn't do anything? But I'm pretty sure Renegade said, he ain't reading the super chats, so it's pointless, says Renegade. I am going to read the super chat, Renegade. I just have to get through the monologue of the stuff. Otherwise, the show is just super chats. So, I do take a moment, pause. All right, now we'll get to the super chats because I do have everything covered. And I think if I didn't do this and have a show, then it wouldn't be as interesting of a place to be. Where the people that aren't super chatting too, and I appreciate the super chatters, but I just want to make sure I'm giving content. Another guy was. I'm sorry, Renegades. I read off what you said. Let me see what I messed up on. Renegades, I apologize. Let me see if I messed up on Renegades thing, I think. I didn't think Renegades was trash talker of Hunter anyway. Maybe he was just repeating it. Renegades, let me see. Renegades is innocent. Renegades, sometimes people get caught in the crossfire, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Renegades was calling out a Hunter hater. Oh, okay. Let me go back and just show what he typed and why I would probably pardon Renegades. Friendly fire. Oh, Renegades, I'm sorry. Not Smitty at all. I was talking about Richie. This guy said Travis Hunter is going to be a bust. Take a lap. See, yeah, that's on me. But can you see where I'm coming from? As if you're watching me talk about Travis Hunter and you're telling the chat, this guy. You know what I'm saying? People come in and talk about me as this guy all the time. So, I don't know. In my defense, this says this guy said Travis Hunter is going to be a bust. Take a lap. Now, Renegades, I do recognize you. You are an avid super chatter, but I guess I didn't put it together. It's my fault. But look at it, how it reads. This is what people say to me all the time. They talk to my chat and go, this guy, don't listen to this guy. This guy says this guy says Travis Hunter is going to be, my fault. And the fact that it says, this guy says he's going to be a bust. The way I took it, and even though he said this guy says he's going to be a bust, and I didn't say it, the way I took it was that you were, never mind. That's my fault. Smitty's only right when you take a lap, Renegades. Renegades, take a lap. Take a lap anyway. I'm sorry, Renegades. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Friendly fire, it's okay. Renegades has tough skin. I took it the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe because I'm tired. I just misread it. I'll take a lap. I'll take a lap and I won't come back.
Take a big lap. We don't need your hang mask coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one and you don't come back.
All right. I guess I'll come back. I'm sorry, Renegades. Wouldn't that be funny if I just never came back? All right, my bad, Renegades. Are we good? Let me send Renegades to each of the planets. We'll send them first
To the moon.
To the moon. We'll send them to Mars.
To Saturn.
To Saturn.
To Jupiter.
We'll even send them to planet Uranus.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
It was going to get worked out at some point. You know, a call would have come in and somebody would have said something. Renegades would have called in himself. Travis would have said something at some point. I would have read it at some point. It would have been all right. I would have figured it out. Friendly fire happens. You know, at the end of the day, it's all right. All right, let me get all this off the screen. We'll reference it in a second if we need to. Let's go ahead and hammer out these super chats, and then we'll open phone lines. I got a $20 hauler from Space Monkey. Space Monkey, you still here? Thank you for waiting. I apologize for making you wait on the $20 hauler. If I don't get the rant out, then potentially it derails the show a little bit, and I got off on a tangent, and then I started yelling at Renegades, who wasn't even doing anything wrong. Joey, appreciate your super chat, your $20 hauler. Joey, are you here? Niner Mike, are you here? And Space Monkey, are you here? I think that's all of the $20 plus haulers, which get immediate attention. Let me just scan through and make sure I don't see any others, and then I'm going to rip through the rest of the super chats. Where are we at? All right. Space Monkey says $49 hauler. This is a $50 hauler.
$50. Give me $50 holler. Get by the brother Smitty. Give me $50. Oh, yeah.
All right. Space Monkey, are you here? And Niner Mike and Joey Rosa. I think Joey Rosa's here. Yeah, I see that. Space Monkey's here. Space Monkey, appreciate you, bro. I'm so sorry about the wait. I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. And I'm not complaining. You know, I love being here. I get tired and I mess up. I mess up on reading some of the comments. You know, I get so many haters that come in here. When I see something, I feel like I know what I'm looking at. I'm sorry, Renegades. All right, the last time I'll apologize. I've said it enough. I know you're getting tired of hearing it. Hey, Smitty, my opponents did a last-minute draft out of nowhere. And telling me and auto-drafted the first 3 rounds. Man, that's really messed up. 8-team JJ trade for CD, Neighbors, BTJ, McBride, Kyron. 8-team JJ trade for CD, Neighbors, BTJ, McBride, Kyron, Henderson, Hall. I don't know what this means when you said JJ trade for. You want to trade for JJ? Is that what you're saying? If you wanted to trade for JJ, first of all, this team is phenomenal. If you got this team, you couldn't have got this team. This team is almost too ridiculous to get. CD, Neighbors, BTJ, McBride, Kyron, Henderson, Hall. It looks like it's following an 8-man order to a degree. Harvey, Krosky, Merritt, Bo Nix, Igbuka. This is crazy, bro. CD, Neighbors, BTJ is out of this world. I don't know that I'd be making any trades, man. I mean, would I trade Neighbors for JJ if you really wanted JJ, if that's what you're saying? Space Monkey. Oh, man. That's crazy. I traded JJ for CD. Okay. JJ for CD. but this is your team. It's kind of a run-on sentence, so I'm not really sure. So your team is CD, Neighbors, BTJ, McBride. I love the team. The only thing I'd even consider doing is maybe trying to use Hall and Garrett Wilson for maybe a, Genty or Bucky or something like that. So Hall and Garrett Wilson for Bucky or for Genty. And that way you could pull up Harvey, you could pull up Egbuka if you need to start those guys. But other than that, bro, your team is a freaking... I mean, it's an 8-man league, so... But still, even with an 8-man league, I can't justify why you have some of those players in an 8-man league even. So I'm going to give you an 8.2 or 8.3 or 8.4 out of 10, and I rarely give 8.5s ever. I give like occasional 9s once in a great while. This is a fantastic squad, even in an 8-man league. So yeah, don't trade CD, don't trade... I mean, you could afford to keep Neighbors as risk and everything. You got depth for days, bro. But I would consider strongly Hall and Garrett Wilson. You might not even be able to do it, though, because everyone's team is going to be so jam-packed with talent that I doubt people are doing deals like that. Hall and Garrett Wilson for Genty might not fly. For Bucky might not fly. But try it. Achane, I'd do it for Achane as well. So any one of those, Space Monkey, I appreciate you, bro. That's an insane team. Congrats, and thank you for the $50 hauler. And if you have a follow-up, let me know. $20 hauler from Niner Mike. Appreciate you. Wrong button. Thank God it didn't play.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Niner Mike, appreciate you. Smitty, Dynasty full PPR, drop Kyle Williams or Guerrero for Gordon. I would drop Kyle Williams for Gordon. And I'd drop Guerrero for Tootin if he's out there. And I imagine he might be. And if he's not out there, I'd drop Guerrero for Brashard Smith right now. Just until Guerrero gets his job back. He's not even the number 2 right now. Running back room, Bijan, Genty, CMC, Harvey, Bill, Mason, Sharbs. Eventually, it's possible Guerrero could climb back in. And you're a Niner fan, so you're probably not going to drop Guerrero. I get it. But I definitely do that other move. Kyle Williams can definitely be dropped. Thank you, my boy. Very good team. Very, very good team. $20 hauler from Joey. And let me just make sure Niner Mike didn't have another question in there. Guerrero. Okay, no. And let's see here. Running backs are Bijan, Genty, CMC, Harvey, Bill, Mason. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I would advise you to trade CMC, but you're not going to listen to me on that. And honestly, with that running back room, you could afford to keep him. You're good. You could trade Bill or Harvey or Mason. Thank you, Niner Mike. Appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, I was wondering if you could do a quick segment on psychology of trading. I've heard you mention it, not to just ask for a player, and I want to... but what is the best way of going about that? So in a nutshell, Joey, it'd be as simple as this. It's like, if I wanted to trade with you and I wanted to come get Bucky Irving, the worst thing I can do is say, hey, what do you want for Bucky Irving? Because there's only 2 ways that you think of me. Okay. So I come up to you and I say, I want Bucky Irving. Number 1 way that you think of me is that you are better than I am at fantasy football. And if that is the case, then you're saying to yourself, I want Bucky. And I'm saying that. I want Bucky. What do you want for him? And you're saying, what, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm better at this than you? You know that. And you want to ride my coattails into who I draft. And you're just confirming that I know what I'm doing. You want my guys, and I'm not giving them to you. And thank you for the confirmation that I draft so well that you're like, damn, that's the guy I wanted. And I'm sitting there going, yep, that was a good pick. Think of it just like if you go up with the sticker on the board, old school days, and you put up Bucky on the board and everyone goes, oh, I wanted him. And you're like, you stand tall, you walk away from the board like this, and you just say, everybody likes my pick, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you did good, right? So when someone says, I want Bucky, and you believe that you are better, then they're just filling your ego up. The only other way that this person feels, number 2, is that they know less. You know, you're saying to yourself, I know less than him. And if he comes knocking for Bucky, I'm going to be scared that I'm making a mistake and I don't know what I'm giving up. And so I'm going to back off. Either way, you're pretty much crapping the bed. Unless the person thinks they're better and they want the player, they want to get rid of the player, or they want the player you're offering, and then it just lines up. But usually you drive people away. So the number one way to trade is to just walk into the situation, have the conversation. And this could be by making blind offers, you know, and then tweaking. And then the third offer is kind of treated like it's your third conversation. But it works better if you're texting or you're on the phone or you're in person. But you just say something like, okay, you got Bijan and Bucky, right? Hey, what do you want for Bijan? Then you're getting them to go, yeah, you know I know my Bijan. You know I know ball. Yeah, and so, right, they don't want to trade Bijan. Then you say something like, let's say they've got, and a better example would be somebody that's not their second best player. Let's say this is Hendy in round 4. They got Hendy in round 4. And then let's say they got London in 2, and you go, well, what about London? And they're like, you want my second best player. You're not going to get him. Okay. And then you say, well, what else you got? And you're making them feel that you don't even know the names of his players. His team is so insignificant and forgettable. You don't know he's got Hendy. So he's going to tell you, well, I've got Garrett Wilson. He got in round 3. I've got Hendy, who I got in 4. And now all of a sudden, he's offering up these names. Subliminally, he's telling you that these guys might be available because you asked who else you got. And instead of saying Hendy and he's not for sale and slams the door, he's saying in a way, in a subliminal fashion, Hendy, Garrett Wilson. That's who else I got. Now he's trying to, in a sense, maybe sell these guys to you. You know? And that's when you open the door. That's the way to get into the door into a trade. In a nutshell, Joey. I could go on and on and on, but thank you for the super chat, but that's basically the gist of it. And then you start having the conversation. Well, what would you want for this? And it's like, now you're talking about a player you never wanted. You're not talking about London, who you wanted second. You're not talking about Bijan anymore, who you wanted first, right? And he's thinking, this guy's settling for my third best player. Okay, let's hear him out. Drop 1, Blue, Fields, Marks, Pitts, Mims. Probably say drop Fields unless it's your only backup quarterback. Then, you can't drop Pitts if it's your only backup tight end, unless the tight end pool is always, plentiful. I would say, it comes down to probably dropping Marks or Mims or Blue. And honestly, hard to say because it comes down to opportunity. If you need a wide receiver, Mims is going to be pretty serviceable, pretty good. I think he's going to be pretty solid. We haven't heard anything on Marks yet. All the stuff about me saying Marks is going to be a potential star, this is all speculation based on your boy loving Marks. We don't know that the team's using Marks yet. Does the 50 get you on the board? It certainly does, Spaceman. You give me a prediction and I go on the board and write it. Where's Renegades? Renegades, you here? Renegades. Because I totally misjudged your question. I'm so sorry. That's on me. I won't apologize anymore either because I know it's getting annoying. I just felt bad. Renegades, pick a video. Your name's going on a video of choice. That's my way of making it up to you because you've been super chatting, and I put that together as I was yelling at you. I'm like, Renegades. No, wait, this Renegades always super chats me. Why am I yelling at Renegades right now? Renegades, any video is yours. You name it, and it's yours. So name it. I'll put your name on a video. Drop your bold prediction. Space Monkey. How do I feel about Amari Cooper? He's all right. He's all right. I don't think he's any great shakes, my boy. Salty dropping a 20 watt on screen. Salty wants immediate attention. He says, yell at me, Smitty. Yell at me. And my drop here is going to be, if I don't need Mims, probably Mims. I like Mims a lot, but there's no guarantee there. And if you don't need a receiver, I'm taking the stab at the RB, bro. The RB is a lot more lucrative to land. Found you this year. I don't know ball, but silently soaking up your content. 12 team, 0.1. QB, Dak, Law, Bucky, Kyron, Hendy, Sharps, Benson. Woo, that running back room, bro. Gordon, you don't know ball? I don't know, bro. You either do know ball or, bro, you can study the study guide and know it front to back. Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Devontae Smith, Ibuka, Pearsall. I like your team, bro. Warren, fantastic. QB, tight end went early. Don't worry, Dak is a really, really solid choice. What I would say, bro, make sure you're monitoring the hell out of Dak, and any sign of any sort of injury, you grab Milton. You grab him as soon as you can. You do not want to leave Milton out there, but I understand looking at your bench, you can't really afford to, like, hold him. Gordon's fantastic. You're going to have so much trade bait on this team. And I don't even hate Devontae Smith at that third wide, but I'm probably starting Buka over Devontae. Maybe I'm trading Devontae Smith later on, my guy. Devontae Smith and Dak for one quarterback upgrade. That go to the Mahomes owner. That's a lot of talent to give somebody, but honestly, you don't need. You can put Buka straight in there or Pearsall. Keep Devontae Smith, Pearsall, and Dak for freaking Mahomes or Bo Nix. Pearsall and Dak for Mahomes, or you keep Dak. I mean, I love Dak. I do think Dak's going to ball the hell out. I really do. So maybe you just stand down. Let this team play it out. This is a fantastic squad, bro. You're going to have trade value, trade bait. Let it simmer. Let it marinate. Charbonnet, Benson, Gordon, Pearsall, and Devontae Smith. But you're going to have so much to trade later. None of it's going to really go down in value. It probably only increases. Even if something did, something else would go up. That, so if you sell now, I wouldn't sell. I love that team, bro. You get a. I would say that's an 8.5 out of 10 minimum, which is probably tied for the highest score of the day. What's this guy saying right here? Now I got to be careful because I might be reading this wrong because I'm tired. Ollie Gordon is number 2 behind Achan. Might be Mostert like. Okay, yeah, that's what was the one I was trying to grab? I grabbed the wrong comment. Yeah, Ollie Gordon's really not number 2. He's kind of like the 1B, to be honest, bro. I don't know where the comment was I was trying to grab. I'm going to move on. I don't need to. Travis Hunter will be a top 5 wide receiver, or will be top 5, and Smitty will take a lap for forgiveness. Travis Hunter will be a top 5, and Smitty will take a lap for forgiveness. I don't understand why I'd take a lap on that, but I'll put up Travis Hunter will be a top 5 wide receiver, Space Monkey. That's a great prediction. I love it. I don't think we have that bold of a Travis Hunter take up there, so I'll put it up there right now. Thank you for the $50 holler, my boy. All right, Travis Hunter, this is from Space Monkey. Today is August, what is it? August 25th. Let's do it here. 8:25. Space Monkey Hunter top 5. All right, Space Monkey it is. Hunter top 5, doing it live. Love the prediction, bro. Did Renegades pick a video? Poor guy. Space Monkey, thank you, pal. JCM over Caleb, Tracy, ETN, Mason, Charbonnet. Crazy? No, but I would have Charbonnet over him. But everybody else, I agree he could totally be as good as those guys. For sure, bro. Renegade says whatever you want. No, you got to pick your own video, bro. It's my gift to you. Space Monkey, appreciate you, bro, for that $5 hauler as well. This one, do you condone taking Chase Brown over Bucky? I don't want to say I condone it, but I don't disown you. You know, that's fine. Best top 5 handcuff running back. Well, I have this right here to show you. You know, this is the updated board. Someone said I didn't have Ray. No, I do have Ray Davis there. Someone said I didn't have somebody on here. And I was like, I think I do. This is a top cuff board. And I still got to move Walker. Walker is really selfish. Everybody else, it's about the cuff. And he's like sitting here in the... Here, let's move... It's driving me nuts. I got to move Charbonnet. Charbonnet needs to be... Charbs is right here. He's the main actor here. Okay? Okay, Walker? You're the side character. You're not the main actor. You were tilted to the side, and you're looking over his shoulder because this is his time to shine, not yours, Walker. All right, let me put Walker right here. And put Charbonnet right here. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sharp season's in full effect. All right, there we go. That's better. Walker or Charbonnet is the best cuff in football, but really best standalone value. Bigsby, Tootin, there's 2 of them, so it's complicated. Gordon, Mitchell, Benson, Brashard Smith. I've never felt more confident about the cuff board before. I know like maybe a week or 2 goes by, or week 3 it's going to be all over the map. But right now it feels like a lock. It feels so good. Tucker, fantastic. Scattaboo, Braylon Allen, Jaden Blue. And I could put... this one I don't feel super confident in the order. B-Rob Jr., Hunter, Shipley, Taj Brooks. I could probably move Blue to the top spot. These guys are tough. Also, Monty is not a handcuff. Ray Davis... Yeah, Ray Davis is. What was the other running back? Monty, then there's someone else that someone mentioned, and you just couldn't put him on. Now, Sharps might turn into the starter, and so then we're just going to put like a check mark next to that as a completed, success story. All right, let's go over to... Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Drop Braylon Allen for Ollie Gordon, absolutely. And I say that with a heavy heart. 12-team PPR got Neighbors, Kyron, K9, Hertz, and Metcalf. Okay. Neighbors, Kyron, K9, Hertz. I'm not, like, without Sharps, I hope you have Sharps. If you don't have Sharps, I'm probably trying to trade him. Look at Charbonnet on the board for a reason, Traded Quorum for Thornton and Dynasty. I could get behind that trade. That's fine, bro. That's excellent. Got offered Hendy, Tyreek Hill, and May for Ibuka JD5. Hendy, Tyreek Hill, and May. Give me... Jeez. Give me Hendy. If that's one QB... If it's one QB, I'm probably leaning... If this is redraft... I'm leaning JD5 Ibuka. If it's Dynasty, I'm leaning JD5 Ibuka. This is tough, though. I love Hendy. Love him. But JD5 is just a difference maker. JD5. For sure. Good question. That one's so tough. Puka over CD, CD over Puka, bro. That's not close. I'm not trying to put disrespect on Puka, but if we are high on Ward, should we be high on Ridley? We are high on Ridley. Talk about Ridley a lot. Ridley's definitely got good upside this year. Is he in the? I can only pick so many breakouts and sleepers. And thoughts on Joshua Palmer being a sleeper? Yeah, but we've heard this before. I don't know how I feel on that one, bro, to be honest. Also have Saquon and Kyron and Mahomes 12 team. Trade JCM for Kelsey for the stack. I don't hate this, but there's a world where one way outplays the other, or Kelsey gets hurt, or JCM fails, and they don't give him a shot. And it's like, when are they ever going to give him the carries? You know, Javonte Williams is going to be a monster, and is Adam Gase wouldn't give him no carries. You know, so like, you never know. I mean, Kelsey's pretty good. I think that that's a safe move. You know, the stack doesn't necessarily need to happen in redraft, though, just so you know. What are your thoughts on Jaden Blue? We love him. You just saw him as a breakout on my list. And, you know, he's got a real upside to be a league winner. But there is a little bit of an uphill climb right now currently, just because he got banged up, and Javonte's been pretty good, and Javonte does pass protect well. But Jaden Blue also did too. There was a pass protection play where he picked up a potential Dak Prescott getting leveled situation, and Dak went up after him and hit him on the helmet, hugged him, and the coaching staff went up to him like that was pass protection to a T. Your pass pro is improved, young man. And so that was a real good moment. Blue can block. What side are you taking, Bijan Sutton versus Bucky Achane? Bucky Achane by quite a bit. Quite a bit. That's a really, really good question, but easy for me to answer anyway. Where's the running backs? Where's the running backs, wide receivers to Mars list? Where's the running backs to wide receivers Mars list? Don't know what that means. I mean, here's the Mars men list.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars men.
Saturn?
The Saturn men.
One small step for man, one giant.
The Jupiter men.
The moon men. Dropping loads in outer space.
You know? That's the list, buddy boy. $20 hauler from Jake. Jake, not from State Farm. $20 hauler, my boy. Come on.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I need to restart my computer. Any moves? Penix, May, HN, Hendy, Harvey, Benson, Tootin, Gordon, Sampson, Puka, Rice, JSN, JMO. Good team. Your receivers are really good. You can definitely weather through a Rice suspension. Your running backs are fantastic. Your quarterback is good enough, but I would say for you, bro, don't trade anything crazy. But if I could downgrade Puka to a London or something, if that's even a downgrade. Some people have Puka like 7 or 8. It just depends on the values. If not, then you're kind of waiting, my boy, for a Benson, for a Tootin, for a Samson, or maybe a JMO. I could move JMO. You got Puka, Rice, and JSN. I could move JMO, unless you start 4 mandatory wide receivers, and if that can be a flex, then Gordon could step in. Benson might step in, but eventually you're going to be able to trade JMO and like Benson, or JMO and Tootin, JMO and maybe Sampson, or maybe Gordon, but I don't think I want to for one slightly better player, JMO, and I don't want to trade your running backs. JMO and May would be nice to upgrade the quarterback spot. Those are things that I would consider strongly. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Lawrence, Burchard, Smith, Dowdle, Corum, Arroyo. 12-team first waiver. Burchard Smith for me. All right, let me just get these super chats knocked out as quickly as I can here. Drop one. Blue, Fields, Marks, Pitts. Already answered that one. It's such a tough call, though. Chat, weigh in on that one if you could, because that was a tough one. 18-man guillotine draft. Any advice, strategies? I don't really play in guillotine leagues, but we do play in the eliminators and stuff. But I would say you're just trying to make sure you're just chewing gum and walking at the same time. Drafting guys that might, like Rice, might not be as attractive because you're trying to win each week. So I think having 2 really strong quarterbacks would be smart. I'm not saying to draft them bully style, like at 4 and 5 and screw your lineup. But I definitely say when you get to that later range and Penix Jr. is there, I want that. I think having maybe that Penix Jr. and Kyle Pitts with your Bo Nix and Evan Ingram would be kind of a crafty way to dominate both those positions and kind of keep you afloat. I don't think you're ever finishing last if you got an incredible rotation there that didn't even cost you high draft capital. Like all those Ingram, Nix, Pitts, and Penix Jr., those are all like 9-round and beyond players. Upcoming 18-man. Yeah, 18-man's crazy though. So I guess I didn't really catch the 18-man part. 18-man? You're not going to get all that in an 18-man. I guess my advice for an 18-man would be, I still think Penix Jr. get those other running backs, quarterbacks early, and then Penix Jr. will be waiting for you. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was 18. I mean, I read it, but I didn't absorb it. Taco Bell. Yeah, okay, error. Taco Bell. Thank you. Appreciate you. Upcoming 18, I got that out of the way. Thank you, pal, for that one. Drop Bigsby, Blue, Jennings, Mims, Penix, Tootin for Woody. If I'm dropping any one of these guys for Woody Marks, it's going to be Jennings. Yep, pretty easy call. I'm not saying there isn't value there, but if you're in a vacuum, you got to make a decision. 10-team Superflex trade, TRD, Turd AJB and Fields for Mahomes and Tracy and or Shakir. I take Tracy, and I would probably say in a Superflex, you have to smash the hell out of that. Take Tracy, though. For sure. In Superflex. In non-Superflex, I wouldn't. But Superflex is very different. Do you think Hunter gets 1,000 yards and Henderson 8 TDs? I think Hunter gets 1,100 to 1,200 receiving yards. I think he gets well over 1,100, 1,200 total yards rushing and receiving. And I think Henderson gets eight total touchdowns with ease. I mean, injuries can happen. That's the one thing we can't predict, and then that would take it out. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's how I'm feeling, bro. Feeling like it's pretty good odds. Rice and Hunter for Chase Brown. No, thank you. I'll take Rice and Hunter all day long. And I love Chase Brown. That's a lot of talent to give up, though. This one here from, thank you, 5944. Hey, Smitty, just drafted a 10-man PPR, one keeper home league. Team is JD5, Bajan, Henderson, Monty, Blue, Samson, London, Rice, Metcalf, Pickens, Igbuka, Debo, Mims, Mark, Andrews. Thoughts? JD5, and it's a really good running back stable with JD5. That's a really good wide receiver stable. Love it. Am I trading Pickens or Metcalf? I wouldn't trade Pickens necessarily, but I'd trade Metcalf in something. I want Igbuka in your lineup. I want Debo potentially in your lineup. So Monty and Metcalf, Monty and maybe Pickens, but Monty and Metcalf, Monty and Debo, either one for potentially some sort of running back like, I mean, geez, Monty and Metcalf. What could that get you? Kyron would be good. Monty and Metcalf could get you BTJ. Debo and Monty, maybe the same thing. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate you for dropping the super chat, my boy. Hayden to the moon. Casillo, rate my team 10-man. JJ, I don't love Purdy. JJ, CMC. You're a Niner fan, I know that. B-Rob, you got everybody. You got all the Niner. What Niner receivers do you have? None. Okay. Sharp's fantastic. Cook. I'm trading Cook. You want to keep CMC? Fine. I'm not going to talk you out of trading CMC and Purdy away, but James Cook, I can talk you into trading away, right? James Cook with Judy. Can't you get, with James Cook and Judy, can't you get something like Kyron, Hampton? I would say maybe a Rashee Rice for and something. So like Rice and something for Cook and Judy. Yeah. Casio, appreciate you. I'd probably lean toward that. If you got another idea, throw it at me. 12-team, 2 flex spots. Mahomes, Penix, Jr., Genty, Hampton, Hendy, Harvey, Ladd, Hunter, Pickens, Mims, Pitts, Fergie. Trade Hunter for Igbuka. Any other moves? Chat, what are we doing, Hunter or Igbuka? I hate this question. I hate this question. I get asked this question at least 10 times, 20 times a day. And I can't get myself to trade Hunter away just because we love Igbuka so much. I feel like this is a trap. You know, yeah, cost is different. It's just different. You know, Igbuka at cost is better, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Hunter versus Igbuka. It's so hard to do. I think we can't, just because we're so excited about Igbuka, we think he's going to the moon, doesn't mean Hunter can't also go straight there, even be one spot higher. I guess I would say Igbuka is safer. Hunter is higher risk, higher reward. So if you want safety, you go Igbuka. If you want high risk, high reward, scare money, don't make money, then Travis Hunter's your guy. Any other moves, I would say, let me put this back on screen, I'm sorry. Any other moves would probably be, I would say, Hampton, Hendy, Genty, you leave that alone. Penix Jr., I don't mind upgrading that, but I also don't mind running with that. Ladd, Hunter, Pickens, Mims, Pitts. Not a lot to trade, especially if you do trade Hunter for Igbuka. I mean, you're just probably sitting on that and then see where it goes. I'm not really trading Pickens. I'm not trading Ladd, Harvey, Hendy, Hampton. I'm letting that team ride. Genty, that would be fantastic. But I don't know. I don't know about trading Hunter. Tie for me, I lean Igbuka. A lot of Igbuka votes. We love Igbuka here. I'd probably say Igbuka is a tiny bit safer. $20 super chat from 209. Thank you, pal. Appreciate it.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat.
I appreciate you, bro. Sup, bro? Had 4th pick in a 12-man PPR. Lineup is JD5, Bajan, Chase Brown, DJ Moore, Pickens, Debo, Igbuka, and Jake Ferguson. Bench is Penix Jr., Charbonnet, B. Rob Jr., Gordon. Love the bench. I love Charbs, Penix, and Gordon. Thoughts on trade ideas? Thank you in advance. You bet. DJ Moore, Chase Brown. Because if Chase Brown, Bajan, and JD5, we're not trading those guys. Pickens, Debo, Igbuka. I kind of like the idea of trading DJ Moore off of this running back potential value, but what do you trade him for, right? There's not a lot to move him for. DJ Moore for what? So you kind of have to use Debo and or Pickens to move him. So Debo and DJ Moore for what? Let's go shopping on the ADP board right here and see what we can cook up for wide receivers. So I said DJ Moore and Debo, right? That's probably going to get us, if we scroll all the way up, easily going to get us in that top echelon of players. So Debo, DJ Moore for BTJ, Debo, DJ Moore for London, Debo, DJ Moore for Ladd, Debo, DJ Moore for Neighbors, running backs, Achan, Kyron, Hampton, Trey Henderson are all players that you could get for that combo potentially. And if it wasn't Debo and DJ Moore, Pickens and DJ Moore, Pickens and Debo, I still consider that. And if you're getting one of those bigger options that we've named, then it's totally worth it. Thank you, 209, for the $20 super chat, you magnificent monster, you. Kittle, T-Mac for AJ Brown. I'd rather have Kittle and T-Mac over AJ Brown, but I still flip T-Mac because I can get like Rice for him if I wanted. Trade Mason away for Bill. I would take Bill right now, I think. Redraft PPR Blue or Benson. I'm going to go Probably Benson by a hair. Might be shocking to people, but I love both of them. They're both midseason monsters for a reason. They're both fantastic. Need 3 teams for a 1K league, full PPR Superflex draft, 30 players, QB, running back, waiver wire if anyone's interested, said WTP. Okay, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, should I trade away Amon-Ra and Jennings for Chase Brown and JMO? I would probably say give me Chase Brown and JMO. It's pretty solid. It's a lot of talent. And one can make a lot of arguments about how good that duo is comparatively. So I like that a lot. This one here is from Pierce. Pierce, appreciate you. 12 picks in order. Gibbs, Kyron, AJB, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Hunter, Nix, Golden, Kincaid. Dropping for Fields for Marks, okay? I can understand that. Gibbs and Kyron is fantastic. AJ Brown is obviously great. I just worry about him getting hurt. Garrett Wilson's solid. Pickens is solid. Hunter is very solid. Nix is very, very good. Gibbs and Kyron obviously carry this team. This is a really good squad. Matthew Golden maybe in a trade. Matthew Golden, AJB. AJB straight up for a player. Who could he trade? Who could he trade for AJ? Who could he trade AJB for? Running backs, Hampton. AJB for Hendy. AJB for Harvey. AJB for Ladd McConkey. AJB for London for BTJ. You might have to give up a little more. Honestly, you could get like MHJ and a second player. You could downgrade, for that type of player, MHJ and a second player. Or in the case of a running back, you could downgrade for, I don't know. Harvey. AJB for Harvey and a second player. Pierce, appreciate you very much, my boy. Let's get through this 12-team PPR. 8 have Harvey, Diggs, Pearsall, Mims, Bateman, Ertz on bench. On waivers, Hill, Woody Marks, Sampson, Gordon. I'm going to go Gordon all day long. And who do I drop? Diggs, Pearsall, Mims, Bateman. Probably Mims, unfortunately, or Bateman. Bateman or Mims. I'd probably drop Bateman actually. I don't know. Bateman's okay. I'd drop Bateman because I think Mims is going to have a good year. 10-team Chase, Bucky, JT, McLaurin, Adams, Pacheco, Hunter, Baker, Ingram, Mason, Kroskamir, Gordon. Like the team. Running backs are amazing. Receivers are a little bit sketchier with the McLaurin, Adams. So, I I like Hunter if that's Travis Hunter. Or if that, I don't know. It's right next to Pacheco, so part of me thinks it's Jarquez Hunter. I like the team though. Krosky Merritt, I just see that down there. Ollie Gordon. Okay, you're kind of writing it all over the place. You got Chase, Bucky, JT, McLaurin, Adams. Is this the order maybe that you took them? Can't imagine that Hunter would go that far. That's a really good order. Okay. Yeah. Ollie Gordon. No trade ideas yet. Adams. Maybe trade Adams. Mason and JT are expendable to me. Adams is expendable. Pacheco is expendable. Chad, any ideas on this one? Maybe Pacheco and Adams for one player like Hampton or Hendy. Maybe because you have JT and Bucky and Chase Brown. Or is that Jamar Chase? It's Jamar Chase. Bucky, JT for... Or not Bucky, I'm sorry. JT and Pacheco for... if you want wide receiver shopping, you could, for JT and Pacheco, you could get... JT, Pacheco. I don't know. Lamb. JJ. neighbors, if you will. But I guess I'd probably lean toward Adams and Pacheco for one better player. London, Lad McConkey, Kyron. Thank you, Drippin. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let's hammer out the supers here. Top 3 rookie tight ends. Top 3 rookie tight ends. Warren. Loveland. And I don't even love Loveland, but and then probably, honestly, Fannin Jr. is the guy, but I don't know if he's going to get the run yet. I like Arroyo a lot as well, but Fannin Jr. could be that guy. He certainly could be. Love Fannin Jr. Top 3 rookie tight ends. He plays for the Browns. It's a tough spot, but my bad. I meant keeper league, says King. King, I don't even know where your question is. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I bet I said it meant keeper league. Okay, Gibbs or CD pick. 3 pick. Who you're taking in a redraft? You meant keeper. Okay. I'm gonna go probably. This is the same answer because they're both dynasty guys. They're both very, very nice, attractive pieces to keep. So it just depends on what the second round's going to look like for you. If you can get a Bucky, then I'm going CD. If you can't, then I'm probably taking Gibbs. But doesn't mean you're going to love your pick anyway, because that first round pick is so hard. The third round pick, the second round pick, those are really, really hard draft slots. The third's easier than the 1 and 2 though, because you might get that running back to fall that you love. So it's kind of why I contemplate CD. But I think lately in a non-best ball leagues, I've been smashing running back, even 3 running backs if possible, just because the wide receivers are so good in the doubted territory. The Rice and the Londons I've been screaming at Buka from the rooftops for how many months now, and getting him as a wide receiver 4-5 is a saving grace for going early tight end and grabbing Bowers, for going RB, robust RB, and getting Debo and the doubted Debo and the doubted Igbuka. Now they look like gold, and all those teams where we did that, we're cleaning up. Crazy to draft JJ over Saquon in PPR. No, kept Chase Brown. I'm not drafting a lot of Saquon at all, bro. Not at all. I'm really worried about Saquon getting injured. 430 carries, 480 total touches is just crazy. Thank you for the help, Smitty. 10-man PPR. Thank you. Genty, Bucky, Achane, somehow. Yeah, I don't know how you got that. Holy crap. Ollie Gordon got sniped. That sucks. Garrett Wilson, Sutton, J-Mo, Ridley, and May, and Dak. I like this team quite a bit. I don't see super flex anywhere, so probably starting Dak over May for now, but this is a good team. Ridley's a good sell high candidate. Sutton's a good sell high candidate, and I'm not really moving anybody right now unless I'm trading like both those guys together. So I like Sutton, I do, but would I sell him high? Sure. Wilson, would I sell him? Sure. Ridley, would I sell him? Sure. Jambo, would I sell him? Yeah. Would I sell Achane or Bucky? No. Ollie Gordon got sniped. That sucks again. And so I'm potentially trying to sell Ridley. I would definitely sell. And if Ollie Gordon or not Ollie Gordon, you didn't give me your backup running backs. I don't know. It depends, man. It depends if you can potentially get a player that you could put like a running back. If you had another running back, you could put with Sutton or with J-Mo that would get you something significant. Thank you for the super chat. Bucky Achane. Bucky Achane's crazy. Bucky, Achane, and Genty. How'd you even get that? You don't even need to make a trade. Your team is way too good to even be worried about trading. Those running backs are insane. Apologies in advance if this is a dumb question. It's not. But what is this thing about Travis Hunter's divorce? I don't think he's really getting divorced, bro. I think people are using AI, and I don't know that. Kruger, is it true that Travis Hunter is getting a divorce, or is this made up and people are just making stuff up and using AI?
Hey, Smitty, here's the scoop. It looks like those divorce rumors about Travis Hunter are just that, rumors. There's no actual truth. He and his wife even adopted a kitten recently to show they're still solid. So yeah, people are probably just making stuff up or using a bit of AI mischief. No real fire behind that smoke.
Thank you very much. So that's what I thought, and it sucks because in today's world you can't really tell what's real anymore. And his girlfriend, yeah, she might be sketchy, but there's a video of her crying over something else many years ago, and people are reposting that and making it look like she's crying because they're divorcing. So it's a good question. And then Travis Hunter said, don't let that affect you. Also, do you think JJ McCarthy will be good this year? I think he could be good. Where do I have him ranked? He could be good, but I don't think he'll be great. That's my take on McCarthy. I like McCarthy. He's a smart kid. He's a likable guy. I don't think he'll fail. I don't think he'll be a bust, but I don't know that he'll be a gunslinger. And so you might have this team being a lot more run heavy than people think. And could he falter, or could they bench him? Like, that doesn't necessarily mean he failed. It just means they didn't want to wait. But it's possible that they don't wait around very long. I don't know. But he could also thrive. I mean, it's been mixed bag and mixed reviews. Smitty, when you have half of the league as league winners, of course you're going to hit LOL. And when you hit 3 of 20, you'll ignore the 17 misses, pick 4 and 5. Cody, you can hate all you want for $5, but the rest of the community here is going to disagree with you because we win championships here. And if I was doing what you suggest I'm doing, and that is not half the league. You know how easy it is to get wrong 20 players out of 30 that you throw up? And if this were the case, do you think I'd still be here? And yet here you are watching, and you can't tell me and use excuses like, oh, but you're entertaining, and so I'll keep watching. If we weren't landing, if we were doing as bad as you suggest, hit 3 out of 20, why would you even be here? Am I that entertaining? Is this show that entertaining that you're willing to sit through the worst fantasy advice you've ever witnessed at 3 out of 20, which is not accurate? I mean, I just don't understand, bro. And I don't really have time, no offense, Cody, but I don't have time to explain to you how much we've hit, what we've done. If you want to in your mind imagine that I'm not landing stuff, then think it all you want. I'm not I don't really care, to be honest. I don't have time to stop and convince you to like me or like my show or believe that my takes are good. This is like the A-Chan, the JD5's like, what more do I have to prove to you, Cody? Have you not paid attention at all? Does me predicting everything about Caleb's situation to a T, JD5, Penix Jr., Bo Nix, flawlessly on the quarterbacks, 100% accurate. Does some of that stuff not impress you? You think I'm really just slinging mud at the wall? I mean, I just don't understand, Cody, where you even get what you said. Why would you even write that? Where did you even come up with that? Did somebody tell you to do that? I just don't get it. Why you spend $5 to try and say something negative that is not going to go over well for you? Because the whole chat, you have 464 if we exclude you, people that are here because they love the content and the content's winning for them. And people just smashed their draft. We got picks like Ollie Gordon, picks like Krosky Merritt. We've been smashing all offseason, predicting everything to a T. And you come in here and you think you're going to say something to derail the show. Not really. I mean, I still appreciate you, but whatever. Hey, Smitty, need your opinion. Drafted Jamar Chase Brown, Kyron Sutton, Hunter, Nix, Ingram, Buka, Sharps, Penix, Trey Harris, Kyle, Williams, Palmer, Benson, Davis. Do it live. You know what's also very weird is do you know how long I go live, bro? I'm live for 3-hour show here, then I take a little break, another 2 to 3 hour show, then I take a break, and then it's a live stream, like a breaking news live stream, then I do the 8 p.m. show, and I sometimes do the graveyard on top of that, and just constantly, bro, doing shows. If I wasn't talking about a lot of players, what would we be talking about over and over and over? 6 guys? Am I not allowed to like the amount of number of players that we have on the Moonman, Marsman, Saturn list? And keeping in mind that you still have a lot of room for error in those things. It's just wild, bro. Just absolutely wild. 3 out of 20 or whatever he said, 3 out of 15, whatever the number was. I mean, this is ridiculous. I like this team here. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, love it. Kyren, Hunter, Nix, Ingram, Ibuka, Sharps. The only player I like this team. I like this team. Any moves to make? Probably not. I probably let this team play it out. Jamar Chase and Chase Brown's fantastic. Who's your quarterback? Nix. Yeah, Nix, Kyren, Sutton, and Nix. It'll be pretty fun. Hunter's going to go ballistic. Ibuka, Charbonnet. You're just waiting for some of these guys to gain value, and then people will come and knocking on your door, and you're going to have trade potential. A lot of trade potential that you might not even want to entertain because your team is just so deep, but also, firing on all cylinders. Just put in Avengers swapping Williams and Garendo for Gordon and Smith. Or what did I say? Avengers? I don't know what I'm saying. So, you mean your waivers? I thought you were trying to say something about Avengers. Sometimes you guys will spell something wrong, and I'll still read it the way I think you're trying to say it, but I don't know. The waivers, I think. You just put in for waivers, not averagers or Avengers or whatever you're trying to say. You're saying waivers, I think. Garendo for Gordon and Smith. Who would I look to get for CMC? QB room is JD5, May, Purdy, Penix Jr. So you got JD5. CMC, I'd probably say I'm looking for with your team, Amon-Ra. I want to just get Gibbs or Bijan or Genty. That way I'm not trying to, you don't need to divide and conquer because you got so much talent you can't even get into your lineup anyway. You could surrender something. You could give up a Pearsall. You don't want to give up all your Niners. You could give up Debo or maybe even JSN or something to get into Genty and get a player back, or just straight up trade CMC for Genty, but approach the person as if you want to get, you're potentially looking to shop CMC. What do you got? And he goes, well, I got Genty. You go, what else would you give me? And then approach it that way. And if he gives you something, great. If he doesn't, you can do a 1-for-1 like that. If you just approach him, you might not actually get it done. If you just went, I would like to trade for Genty, they would be like, well, why? Genty's great. But Genty would be my target. Gibbs, Genty, or Bijan. That would be what I would do if I was you. Bucky would be another. Achane would be another, but then you're getting a little bit more. And I definitely would still consider that if you couldn't get the Genty deal done. 10-man, Kyler Fields, Achane, Hendy, Harvey, Tank, Bigsby, Ollie Gordon, JCM, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Ibuka. I like the team a lot. Kelsey, thoughts? I want to upgrade running back, QB, tight end. Kyler and maybe you got Kelsey. I like the idea somehow. Tank Bigsby might have some value. Ollie Gordon could climb in. JCM's probably because I don't know. I mean, Garrett Wilson and Kyler for like a stud quarterback and something else I'd consider. JCM and Kyler for a Mahomes upgrade could work. For a Bo Nix maybe. For a Jalen Hurts. I think you could do that. That will work. $10 hauler from Owen. Owen, appreciate you. 12-man PPR redraft. Burrow, Kyren, Harvey, Jamar, London, Ingram, Buka, bench, Hunter, Sharps, Benson, Chubb Marks. Oh, man. Golden and Chubb, they're complicated names set by the wrong player. Mims, any trade ideas? Also rate my team, please. Burrow, Kyren, Harvey, Jamar, London, Ingram, Buka. 8.8. And trades, I don't think I'm trading anything because you got Hunter coming off the bench. I think your team's perfect. Burrow, I like it. I'm not moving anything. And Benson, Sharps, Travis Hunter, Marks, Chubb Marks. Let the value climb before you move those guys. There's nothing to move for you. You stand down, young man. You stand down and await instructions after your team blows up. 12-man PPR, Gibbs, Bucky, McBride, Wilson, Henderson, Harvey, Ibuka, Mims. Now, always if you get an offer, bring it to me. I mean, always open. Keep your door open. Upgrade the top wide receiver trade ideas. Thank you. Like the team, I definitely could shop Wilson and maybe love Ibuka. Love Harvey, Henderson, McBride, Bucky, Gibbs. Love that. Wilson, maybe Garrett Wilson, and Ollie would have to get more value. I don't think you could do anything either. Golden and Wilson for one player. Like Ladd, if you want to go up to Ladd. I don't know that you could get to a London or a BTJ, but maybe you could get to a Ladd. That's kind of the max limit. If you like MHJ a little more, you could do that. But is that worth giving up JCM? Maybe not. Ladd comes to mind as one of the better options that you could maybe trade into. JSN might also and maybe be better than Garrett Wilson in your mind. Maybe not. Maybe they're too close. So I don't know. I don't know that there's much you can do either until you let things play out. Some of you guys just don't have enough, bench depth to really do any sort of like 2-for-1s. But if I look at the wide receiver ranks and I look at Amon-Ra, BTJ, London, you're probably not getting those, but shoot for it. You could go A.J. Brown if you like the risk of A.J. Brown. I kind of don't. I like Ladd. And then it's like MHJ and Jigba for me. And then they're over Garrett Wilson. Is that worth the JCM? Maybe. I think MHJ is going to have a baller year. So I'm very interested in trading for MHJ, honestly. Forgot to add that I have Travis Hunter, my flex, my team above. Okay, Jordan, I will pull your team up right now. Travis Hunter on this squad right here. How is this team? Smitty, 12-man, Drake, May, Bucky, and Trey Henderson at running back. Amon-Ra, Travis Hunter, Rice, and Kittle. Love the team. Waddle, Eckler, Woody. You also have no ability to do any trades yet, but that's okay because your lineup is fire. But you can't trade Woody Marks yet. You can't trade Waddle. People won't buy him high. Marks is waiting. Scatterboo's waiting. Ollie Gordon's waiting in the wings. Very good team. Love Bucky, Henderson, Amon-Ra, Rashee Rice is fantastic. Kittle, there's nothing to see here. Once those running backs gain some value, May, if he's not firing on all cylinders, could be potentially moved by or moved with one of those RBs or something to upgrade the quarterback, especially if, like, let's say Mahomes struggles in week 1. Now you got a buy low opportunity. Keep in mind that all the players we want right now that we can't have, if we don't inquire about them heavy and we let them go have a bad week 1, we might seriously be able to buy them immediately. If you go asking for a player, I've noticed this. You guys have probably noticed this too. Let's say I want a Mahomes and I reach out to Steve in my league and Steve's got Mahomes. And I say, what do you want from Mahomes? What do you want from Mahomes? Can I get Mahomes? What do you want from Mahomes? If Mahomes goes out there and has a bad week in week 1 and you contact Steve and go, hey, Steve, Mahomes had a bad game. He's going to go, I'm not worried about it. Right? Am I right? That's how it works. I'm not worried about it. He's even more motivated to let you know that the bad game, he likes it. He's not scared at all. So the more you ask for players that you can't get in a trade right now before they slump, the more likely the person is going to slam the door in your face even harder when you think that somehow, some way they're going to trade you that player because they had a bad game. So inquiring about players specifically and not kicking around general trade ideas can really put you in a bad position to get players later from people. Don't understand the doubters. Here's the team: Nix, Hampton, Hendy, Hall, Harvey, Chase Brown, Debo, Rice, and Pitt so far. Excellent squad, Reggie. You always do so good. The doubters can doubt. It's most people that hate on somebody, it's rooted in something else. It really doesn't have to do with what they suggest. It's rooted in about something else that's going on in their life. Or Smitty, this is an issue. Got Bo Nix, Gibbs. Smitty, is this an issue? I got Bo Nix, Gibbs, Hampton, Harvey, Leak, Neighbors. Okay. That sounds like a problem. Yeah. He's leaking Neighbors. Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan. Too many Broncos stock. Bo Nix, Harvey. I mean, I don't think so. I'm okay with this. Malik Neighbors, Hampton, Gibbs. No, I'm fine with what you got. I'm not worried about having RJ and Bo Nix. Remember what Sean Payton does with his quarterback and running backs and tight ends and such. I mean, this is a good team. Penix on the bench. Rate your team. Your team's fire, bro. Travis Hunter. I mean, am I looking to maybe trade Ted McMillan and let's say RJ Harvey or Hampton to go up a notch? Sure. Give me Bucky. Give me Genty. Sure. Other than that, I'm sitting tight with this team. I'm letting it ferment. Let Ted McMillan gain even more value. And maybe you move when Sharbs gains some value. So Sharbs is maybe the key to everything for a lot of people. If they were to either start him and move somebody else or trade him, would you trade Garrett Wilson and Mark Andrews for Igbuka and Bowers? Igbuka, yes, 100%. Like that's an easy call. Garrett Wilson, Igbuka, we kind of quietly like Igbuka more. I might start Igbuka over Garrett Wilson in my home league. Week 1. And Bowers crushes, bro. And would close any gap if a gap did exist. $4.99, 10-man, JD5, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Bucky, Genty, Ingram, Travis, Harvey. That's Travis and Harvey is great, bro. Who do you start? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine right now because we have no idea between Travis Hunter and Harvey who to start. We just don't. We got to wait. We're a little ways away. We need to hear some coach talk. We need to hear some game planning. We're all taking stabs in the dark, and there's no real way to know on something like that yet. We don't know. We need to hear from what's in store for Harvey in week 1. We probably should get a good indication, and so that will kind of guide us as we go. Your team looks great. In a 10-man, it's going to always look stacked, but it is particularly a good team. Love the Harvey, Bucky, Genty, running back stable. Love Garrett Wilson, Pickens, and Travis Hunter. I think you're probably like a one move away because it is a 10-man from being that 8.1, 8.0, 8.3. And that could be a waiver move, or it could just be Sharbs rising up or Benson rising up. So you don't necessarily need to make a trade to get into that 8.0 in my mind, but it does feel like you're one move away because it's a 10-man league and everybody's stacked. Well, would I move? I don't know. I think you just wait on Sharbs. This is a really good team. I don't want you really trading starters unless you're getting rid of, let's say, Garrett Wilson and a Dunze for one player, or Garrett Wilson and Harvey, and you're getting like, a freaking Gibbs or something, or Lamb. Then I would do that. But other than that, I think I let those guys gain some value. Ingram, my tight end 2, but Kraft is my backup 12-man. That gives you some flexibility later to maybe make some trades. I like Ingram and Kraft. Kraft is really crafty. A really crafty tight end option, my boy. Thank you. Appreciate you. This one here, 10-man, half PPR, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex, Genty, Achane, JD5, Evans, Kittle, Harvey, Hunter, Debo, Mason, Igbuka. Love the team, JCM. JCM's such a good player to trade right now. Gordon, and picking up Gordon, dropping Shaheed, as you should. That's a great move. JCM and really Evans maybe for like one big monster to the tune of a Genty and, obviously Bucky type player. You got Genty already. Genty type player. Bucky, Achane you already got. That sucks. You kind of got these guys that you can buy low right now. BTJ maybe. So JCM and Evans for BTJ or higher. Obviously I'd do it for lamb chops, but that's past that. I mean, just wait out the squad looks so good. Just wait it out. Maybe you'll be really, really solid in terms of trade positions. So let's open the phone lines briefly.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the show, and we will discuss several things. I don't know how much longer we will be here tonight, but your boy will be here to answer the call. My phone, my screen keeps freezing. Sorry about that. 604, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Smitty, it's Angus here calling from Canada.
What's up, Angus? What can I do for you?
Hey, I was just, I'm thinking about like round 6. Basically, it's coming down to, Pearsall, Rice, Travis Hunter, maybe RJ Harvey's there, but mainly looking at receivers. What do you think of those 3 guys?
All right, hold on one second. Let me mute yourself. Quiet. Yeah, just kidding. Sorry. That was Travis anyway. Sorry. I don't know who I'm merging. I'm so tired. Quiet. I said quiet.
I didn't know if that was supposed to be an inside joke or something.
No, I did. I was trying to say mute yourself, please, and what came out of my mouth was quiet. Travis wasn't even saying anything. I didn't even know it was Travis. All right. But the one thing you said that I don't necessarily like that I heard was you were talking about Rice, you're talking about Travis Hunter, and then you have Pearsall in there. And I'm not saying I don't like Pearsall, but Pearsall to me, this is way too early. I could be wrong. I could come back and say, you know what? This is fantastic. He's getting peppered with targets, but Jennings is, I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly, let me merge this call. Quiet! 805, mute yourself real quick if you don't mind, okay? Be right with you. Pearsall just doesn't belong here. He belongs, even if he can produce like this, you still got to wait. I think you still got to wait on him. You got to draft him where it's responsible. And I just think, taking him in this, what's like 4 to top of 5 round range is crazy high. Let's get into a puppy 4 real quick. Everybody hit
8 all summer and then
1 second, real quick. 1 second. Everybody go into a puppy 4 real quick. Just 1 second, my man. Get into a puppy 4. Click that puppy 4 button. Underdog the link is in the live chat right here. Let me put the link in the live chat. Smash that. I don't know how I can't do 2 tonight. I'm just gonna do 1. So there's the link right there. Play Underdog. Hit the link. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. So smash it right now. $10 minimum. They'll give you 50% matching your first deposit. We'll jump straight into one right now. So hit the button now. Let me merge this one call in, and then let you answer. Mute yourself real quickly, caller, and turn that background noise down if you could. Mute yourself real quick. All right, go ahead and finish what you're saying. Finish what you're saying real quick about Pearsall, Hunter, and Rice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been drafting Pearsall at 7, 8 all summer, but then just recently, I like having Pearsall. I really think he'll be the guy there, but it looks like I'll have to take him in round 7.
Take who in round 7? I think he hung up. I think he hung up on himself. Go ahead. Travis, go ahead. You're live.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I was just gonna ask if you saw. I think it's good news anyway. Milrow, he's going to have package of run plays to start, so he's going to be on the field right away.
Yeah, that's great. It's great news. Yeah, fantastic.
Someone was actually asking about Milrow in a dynasty. Would you drop? I think it's dynasty 1 QB. Would you drop Keaton Mitchell for Milrow, or not Shador, obviously, but Milrow? Or would you just hold Keaton Mitchell for now with the value?
In a dynasty, I'd rather. I'd probably rather have Keaton Mitchell, but I don't know. It's a tough one. If it's super flex, I would say more apt to, but in just a normal dynasty, kind of hard to say because I really really like both of them.
He has Love and Herbert and his QBs.
Love and Herbert. I probably would rather have the running back if I was in a vacuum, but there's definitely would love to have both of them.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. One second. Let me just try and see if I can find this draft that I joined. I'm trying to pull it up on my screen here, and I can't locate it. 9 picks away. I don't know. I can't stand looking for it on desktop. It's like it doesn't even show up. I got to refresh twice. Let me see. Puppy. It's a puppy 4, right? Puppy 4. I'm 6 picks away. Where the hell is it? There it is. Gotcha. I still got so many pending drafts that it's hard for me to find them. I literally have 50 pending drafts for real. Not even exaggerating the number. All right, on the clock here. It's been flying through. I just picked Lamb a couple seconds ago. All right, Travis, hold on 1 second. Let me get to this other caller, and then I have this super chat here from. Let's see, what screen was I on? This one right here. What was the last super chat I had? I don't think. Did I answer this one? Start Harvey or Judy week 1? I think that's the one that I hadn't answered yet. Ingram, my top tight end. I think I read that one. Okay, this one. Start Harvey or Judy in week 1. Travis, what's your thoughts on that? We just don't know what's going on with Harvey yet, so I don't want to give an answer yet other than to say that, like, I'm not afraid to start him. But if, we are awaiting some sort of, like, I don't know, indication.
Yeah, I guess, like, the safe route is assume Judy gets, 6 to 8 to 10 targets that they face and stuff. So he's probably a little safer in terms of a PPR guy, but you know what Harvey can do.
I think in a vacuum, I'm taking Harvey now if I had to choose. But we're still, still just need to hear something. Like, if it's really negative, then we'll go in a different direction. But I'm not worried about it either. If it's negative, I'll just buy more shares of them when people freak out over whatever negative statements made. 2 keepers, $1 BTJ, $5 Bowers, $30 JJ, $29 Neighbors. Easy, BTJ and Bowers. Just not even a hesitation. Because you think about what you can buy with that, and you're going to start off with Bowers and BTJ with $6 spent. Talk about winning a league. Did I join a super flex or something? This is a puppy 4. I mean, look at the quarterbacks that have gone so far. Holy crap. All right, Kyron is available. Hampton, Harrison. I'm going to go Kyron. So I haven't built this team in a while. Lamb, Bucky, Kyron. I love that. I haven't built a team like this in a while. I've been going a lot of Bijan early and getting sniped, not getting Bucky, not getting Kyron. Like, this is fantastic. This feels like the olden days. What are we doing? Did I hit my head? Go back in time? Why is Josh Allen in round 2? Why is Lamar and Burrow going at 25 and 26 overall and pushing down the boys? I love this. This draft slot's perfect, and this flow is looking good. And then I think I'm caught up on the super chats, thank God. Sorry about the delay on that. I mean, I'm very, very appreciative, but I just mean thank God for you guys that you can now call in. And let me see who's on the phone line. And keep the super chats coming. No, that's okay. If you want to interrupt me, you go ahead. 805, you're live. What's up, 805?
Hey, what's up, Smitty? What's up, Smitty? I appreciate you, man. Enjoy your show. I had a quick question real quick. I just picked up Ollie Gordon for Javonte Williams on the waiver wire. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Ollie Gordon all the way. That's a smash. We've been talking about both. I get 2 805 callers on the line, too. That's why we heard both of them at the same time. I have to say, man, Ollie Gordon, I'm getting a real strong gut instinct, and I think a lot of people are taking notice, too, because he looked so good the other night. But this is something that, like, your grandmas won't know about. No one's going to see any of this. They're just kind of they're unsure.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I have Devon 8 right now. Okay, cool, man. And you think Monty's going to do good this year, too?
Monty?
Yeah.
I'm not real excited. I don't think he's going to do bad, but I'm not super excited about him. He gets hurt a lot. He's getting older. Gibbs is going to get more work. They're going to probably be throwing from behind a little more than normal, which means in the third and fourth quarter, they'll run a lot less. And that means Gibbs will be out there catching the ball. So I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of Monty.
I want someone better at my RB2.
Yeah, especially where you got to draft Monty. But let's see where he goes in this draft, and when I see him go, I'll talk about his ADP and whether he's worth it, okay?
For sure, brother. I appreciate you, Smitty. Keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, man. All right, other 805 caller, you are live. What can I do for you?
What's up, Smitty? That's funny. This dude from that same area code. I got a dilemma on my 10-team PPR because I got 5 really good receivers, but I only could start 3 of them. And the 2 running backs I have to start is Hendy and Charbonnet. And I'm wondering if I could just sell one of my receivers to get a better running back because Charbonnet and Hendy going into week 1, I like it, but I feel like I have too much value sitting on the bench. I feel like I should make a trade.
Yeah, so what I'll say, though, is one thing about people that are feeling this way, you got to be careful that you aren't just, thinking about you're solving a problem where you've got like these marbles on this side of the board and these marbles on this side of the board, and all you're doing is just moving one here, and you feel better about the balance. But at the end of the day, it's like you're not really, you just want to make sure you don't lose value in the middle of all of that while you're trying to move these marbles all over the board. Hold on one second. RJ Harvey or Hunter right here. I'm gonna go, and then we also got a Ibuka. I'm gonna go Hunter here. I've been drafting a lot of Ibuka over Hunter lately just to try it, and it feels fine, but I'm gonna take Hunter here. I got Rice, I got Kyren, I got Bucky, I got Lamb. So I went Lamb, Bucky, Kyren, Rice, Hunter. Feels pretty solid. And I still think that, look, I like Ibuka and Rice, or I'm sorry, Ibuka and Hunter are very, very, very similar. And I was thinking about going Hunter or Harvey at this Rice pick and then taking Ibuka or Hunter or Harvey at the next pick. As for the guy's question, what did he just ask? What were we talking about?
Oh, yeah, I was just asking.
Oh, marbles.
Yeah, because I got Neighbors, London, Rice, Ibuka, and Hunter, but I only can start 3 of them. And then my starting running backs are Sharps and Henderson.
We were talking about your marbles. Yeah. So what I'm saying was, you're essentially just want to make sure if you trade a receiver, are you getting a screaming steal, or are you just balancing out the value differently and you end up getting screwed? So give me the receivers that you have, and I'll tell you what I think would be a smart move. Because what could happen is if Charbonnet takes over the job by week 2 or 3, and then, you get kicked in the marbles. Because now all of a sudden you can't use them, and you diluted your receiving room, and now you got Charbonnet that you need to put right into your lineup.
Yeah, that's the dilemma. So I got Neighbors, London, Rice, Hunter, and Ibuka.
Neighbors, London, Rice, Ibuka. Can you start all those guys?
No, I only can start 3 because it's 2 wide receiver, 1 flex.
Neighbors, Rice. So I get that. Yeah, that will work. That makes sense to me. Because at the end of the day, you're not even, you'll be fine. I would say keep.
You can trade him for stuff.
Yeah, go for Genty, go for Bucky, go for Achan for Neighbors. That gives you 3.
I can get them for 1-for-1? Because Bucky and Genty went in the second round in this draft.
Right. So you should be able to do this trade, but you can see the way you approach it is, hey, what would you give me? Say I'm selling Neighbors for an RB. What would you give me? And I'm looking at your RBs, and I wouldn't just do it straight up for one, and then they'll kind of know you know what you're thinking. I would do that. I would start off the conversation like that, and then they'll kind of the expectation of, okay, I can't just give them Bucky. All right, what do I got to give him with it? But those are, I do Genty straight up. I wouldn't even ask for anything. I'd be like, but as far as
I'm a Raiders fan, that sounds perfect to me.
You what?
I'm a Raiders fan. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, sounds beautiful to you. But I definitely would do it for either one of the other ones. But you just want to you want to try and get something if you can, for sure.
Okay, the Bucky owner has Daniels, and I have Bo Nix as my quarterback. So do you think I should offer him Neighbors and Nix for Bucky and Daniels? Or do you think I should just try to go for the 1-for-1?
I mean, if you can do that, pull it off, bro. That'd be great.
The guy who has that team has won the past 2 years, so I got to take him down from now.
Yeah, then he might not be doing that, but and he might be one of those guys that where once he says no, then the next thing you say, no matter what, is no. And you're like, okay, well, that's no. And it's like if you just would have offered him the 1-for-1, maybe he would have done it. I don't know. There's people like that. It's kind of tough. But I would say. I'm not saying don't try that. I'm just saying, if you know the guy, if you're like, I know this guy, whenever we start talking trade, he'll say no to everything. So in that case, you want to make him think it's his idea. And you know what I mean? So it's like, hey, what player? I'm selling Neighbors. I need a running back. What do you got? And then let him kind of tell you what he's thinking.
Okay, so from the receiver that listed, Neighbors would be the one you would choose to sell because it's toe.
And what did you just say? What the hell did you just came out of your mouth?
Do you think I should sell Neighbors because of his toe? out of the receiver list?
Yeah. I mean, well, I think so. You have London. Let me write down your receivers one more time. You got London.
Yeah, London, Neighbors, and Rice, Egbuka, and Hunter.
Rice, Buka, and Hunter. Well, I think like he's not going to give you Genty, Bucky. You're not getting HN for Buka. You're not getting that for Rice with a suspension. I don't want you trading London, to be honest. And Hunter's not getting you that. So you're going to have to package other players, kind of dilute your running back room. And I would rather just say, okay, what is an equal to this? That at the end of the day, like Travis just said, you could trade in the player you're getting to get Neighbors or an equivalent back if you wanted to go back in the direction of a wide receiver. So it's kind of like you're trading, $5,000 in silver for $5,000 in gold. Either way, you're gonna have $5,000. You could just go right back into the other, even though like you're gonna have less of the gold amount, but you know what I'm saying. So I think if you were to trade Neighbors for Genty, you'll be able to trade Genty for a better player than Neighbors maybe later. Genty's the key. That would be the perfect move. But if you get Bucky, it's pretty close, and I think you could trade Bucky for a Neighbors or better wide receiver later. Achan's the only one that's got a little bit more risk to it, not only situationally, but with the Cav. But I'm not that worried about the Cav. But I still make that move for Achan because Achan and Neighbors are kind of both in the same boat anyway, as far as like there's an injury there or whatever or concern. And their situations are not as good. Bucky's in a fire environment. Genty, regardless of what people say, and regardless of how the Raiders win, it's still an ideal environment for him, and he's going to thrive in it. So go get Genty, do it live. And if he wants to do that straight up, you do it straight up. Bucky, if they want to do it straight up, I probably would do it straight up at the end of the day.
All right.
What if you can't get those? Would you do like Kyron and something for Neighbors? Would you take Kyron and something?
I'm Kyron owner week 1. I don't know if he'd trade him to me.
Which shouldn't matter, by the way. Did I play him week 1 or he won't trade me because I play him week 1? Because like if you're doing a trade, you're trying to win the trade.
Some people are weird about that.
Yeah, but that's just I'm not saying you're wrong. He might be thinking that way, but it's stupid. Like, I play you week 1. Yeah. That's like when teams said we don't trade in our division, or that doesn't happen. Why? If you're doing the trade, you're maybe supposed to be making the team weaker because you're supposed to win your trade. So why would you not interdivision trade? It's stupid to me. I'll never understand the way people talk about trading like that. It's just ridiculous. I play you week 1. I don't want to trade you. Well, then does that mean you're giving me the better side? Okay. It's just crazy. All right, bro. Got to go. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. All right. I like this squad. I'll tell you that. I could draft. Let me go back to the team. What do you think I should do here? Take Travis Kelce? Now, I could do what I've been doing. Yeah. So I got Lamb, Bucky, Kyron, Rice. He just took Nix. I was going to maybe take Nix. Is that one of our people? Hold on. I don't recognize him. I was going to take maybe Nix here, but I'm going to go Kelce now. So I went Lamb, Bucky, Kyron, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Patrick Mahomes, Zach Charbonnet, Travis Kelce. That's solid. Wide receivers, you got Mims, you got Luther Burden, you've got Hollywood. Man, it definitely thinned out, and I will be without Rice for a little bit, so I do need to make sure I figure this out. I'll grab Tesla's and guys like that for sure, but who is here that feels strong? And then RB, I don't want to ignore RB because I am a best player available kind of guy. I got Tootin there, but I think I'm good. Quarterbacks, not going there. Tight end, I could take Evan Ingram and bully tight end this, but I don't know. I might entertain that. I'm gonna queue Ingram just in case. But do you like Burden here? Do you like I just don't like any of the receivers. So I don't really want to force it. Cup, Darnell Mooney, Luther Burden. I don't like any. I'm just going to grab the best player available, and that is Evan Ingram.
Okay, you got 3 very good wide receivers right now.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I do. It's a matter of... And I can back Rice up. I think I can maybe get Hollywood and Royals next, and that really will secure that up, potentially. So I'm fine with that. But I just don't want Pittman Jr. You'll see the gauntlet of wide receivers go off that none of them are good. None of them are worth passing on a joker top 5 tight end. Shaheed, no thank you. I mean, he's not bad, but I'm not going to. Pittman Jr., Godwin is next. Cooper Kupp is next. Darnell Mooney is next. Burden I like, but it's crowded. Bateman, a lot of you like Bateman. I think he's all right. Christian Kirk. Marvin Mims I did like, and he might fall to me because I'm just reading off all the wide receivers. But I kind of like the idea of Hollywood and then Royals. Dante Thornton's there. Later I could grab him. Not this pick, but the next one if I want to, or just reach early to make sure I get him.
What do you think the chances are they actually trade Myers?
Pretty high.
Yeah, because they obviously said no at first, like every team does, but then you're hearing like the Patriots and them were actually discussing something. That came from decent sources around here. And then you hear the 49ers are checking on them, which 49ers checking on everybody these days. But
yeah, 49er fans are like, should we do it? Should we trade? My favorite was, should we trade Ayuk for McLaurin? Like, you're not getting that. I imagine thinking you could trade Ayuk. Imagine anybody take Ayuk for free. Just take his no one would even take. The Niners would trade him for nothing if someone would take his contract on. They would be glad to send him packing.
Yeah, they'd cut him if they could.
Yeah, they would. I know a Niner fan doesn't understand that. That's right. That's why we're here to explain it. Let me move this over here. And move this down a smidge like that. Boom. Godwin, Mooney. See, like none of these. Why would you draft Mooney? Mooney's out for a while. None of this makes sense. None of these. I don't miss a single player that is gone. That's why I took Ingram. For anybody that's gonna be like, why'd you take another tight end? It's bully tight end. Christian Kirk. Not one player I would even draft, except for Loveland. I would draft him. And Kraft. I would draft Kraft. Scatterboo's nice. That's okay. All right. Do I take Marvin Mims here or do I take Hollywood? Because I might not get Hollywood and Thornton if I take Mims here. I do like Mims.
I like Mims. I think you can get another NC wide receiver later, but
I don't know
that specific pairing. You have to go
160. Maybe I will still get Thornton. Yeah, I still might get Thornton at the next pick. And I'm going to probably go pretty light running back shopping, though, at this point. Keenan Allen, May, Dak, Ayuk. Dak went. I took a Lamb. I did want to stack Dak. Shit, that part sucks. I really would have liked to have done that. Is Hollywood even worth it?
That's my hesitation. Is that like, how much is he going to do?
Yeah, I don't even know if I care. Who cares about cuffing that situation? Hollywood just get hurt. Let's go with Thornton. So Mims and Thornton, Hunter, Rice, and Lamb. Feeling good about that. It's not bad. Yeah, Hollywood can kick rocks, whatever.
So you were talking about it earlier with the cuff board. You think Sharps is like the guy who's going to get most of the work? You think they'll split at the start? you have any idea about that for sure yet?
I mean, no one has a clue.
Feeling is Sharps for sure.
I don't think anybody has a clue right now. I think what we're probably going to see is Walker go out there and name, and then they're just going to kind of let the play determine. So I don't think I don't think the team knows. So how could we know? But I think we predict that Sharps will respond and Walker probably gets hurt. Walker probably has to miss a game in the very early part of month 1. And then Sharps just ends up taking over like 70% of the backfield. Now, Walker would come back. They're not going to keep Walker on the bench. But it would be something that very much mirrors Monty Gibbs. Like, Gibbs explodes. Doesn't matter. You know, so I think that Sharps would still be ultra productive even if Walker came back. But I don't know. Part of me wonders if they're going to trade Walker before he gets hurt. And I don't know that a team's going to trade for him if he's injured. You know, if he proves he can't stay healthy again, maybe there's no trade market for him. So, I don't know.
I just asked just out of curiosity because I know like it's a new coaching system and stuff. So I'm hoping they'll use both of them because in the past it seems like they would just throw Walker out there all the time. I mean, rightfully so because he was good. And Sharps wouldn't get any touches when Walker was out there.
Mm-hmm. All right, real quickly, let me just kind of comb through this ADP data. All right, there's 2 players that I kind of want to grab here with these picks. Let me just see where their ADPs are floating at. I do like Benson a little bit here. Penix Jr. God, these guys are taking them right before I don't know if these feel like snipers. Maybe. I mean, we all joined, so but right here, I don't know who this is. I don't recognize these names, but Hollywood. That seems like it might be. All right. Well, don't want to lose out on this guy. So I'm just going to take him early. I don't give a shit. Well, because you guys are going to take him from me. Ollie Gordon is going to be a Team Smitty warrior. And I have no problem taking him in 12, 13, 14, whatever. But his ADP does seem to go a little bit later than this. We're talking maybe, I would say probably like 10 to 15 picks later than that pick. But I don't want to be sniped on him. And so I'm going to grab him. Now, who do I take at this stage? I don't know. My backup quarterback options are very slim. Let's see what I can do here. On the clock. I could take, if I don't take Cam Ward here, I'm going to be maybe in trouble at backup. I'll go Cam Ward.
Your QB is it Mahomes?
Yeah. They're both by week 10, so I'm going to have to take like a Milrow and pray that Milrow gets some work in by week 10. But I want to have, it's important for me to have just a good back. I'm not worried about the bye week as much as I am just if Mahomes went down, I don't want this team to go to 0. So we'll go Cam Ward there. We'll see what happens on the way back. And guys, if you want to draft like this, code Smitty, as you can see on the bottom and top of the screen, Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000, but the minimum is only $10, and these drafts are $5. So if you do $10 minimum, they'll give you $5 because they'll match your 50%, and then you can do 3 drafts. You can do 3 freaking drafts, man. Make draft night tonight. Make it tonight. Tonight's the night. Oh.
Would you, I know we talk about if you have Walker, you want Sharps. If you had Sharps, would you be trying to get Walker at all? Or are you just happy, holding him as a potential league?
I don't know. I'm not that interested in Walker right now. It's not that I don't like him. Carmine and Sir Charles T. I'm sorry I didn't see these right now. JD5 Neighbors, Collins, Harvey, Sharps, Hawkinson, Igbuka, need a running back. Would you move Neighbors or Collins straight up for Bucky, H.N. Genty? Well, that's the conversation we just had. Was that the guy that called in? Carmine, you heard that exact conversation that we just had where it's like trade Neighbors for H.N., Genty, or Bucky. So, yeah, and it would be... Well, but those are the names I gave out, though. He didn't call him with those names.
Oh no, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So my order would be Genty, Bucky, HN, but that's ironic. Are you still here, Carmine? Appreciate you. Absolutely, and I would do them straight up, but you try and get more. Genty, you got to do straight up. But would I try and get more, like we told that guy? Absolutely. He's going to try and get JD5 swapped out for who was the quarterback he was going to give him? I don't know.
Dak, was it?
Maybe. What do you think about Adams taking Cup's place? I mean, I guess, are you just asking me how Adams will do in LAR? I don't know that Cup has anything to do with it. But, I mean, he might be the wide receiver 1. Don't be shocked if he outscores. You know, I'm not trying to be negative on Cup at all. I'm just, don't be shocked if he outscores him. What can I do here? What can I do here? Horton, Pat Bryant. I'll go Pat Bryant. Oh, I timed out. Who did I get? Damn it. Rashard Smith. He's in my queue. Damn it. Well, I want him, but it's early. So now my running back room is locked. I think. Bucky, Kyron, Sharps, Ollie Gordon, Rashard Smith. I might take Sean Tucker at the end if I can figure it out. Yeah, that's ironic that Horton and Bryant just went back to back, but okay. Can't have nice things. Damn it.
For MHJ, if you had to predict how he finishes, would you say like 12 to 15 with upside, or would you go even higher than that?
I think MHJ should be considered a 10 to... Like, I'll give him a deeper range of, like, floor.
Okay.
And say 10 to 15. But I'd rather borrow a little bit more toward the 10 than to tighten that up. Because I think you might be talking about a 20-point difference, too, between wide receiver 10 and 14 or 15. But I think he could be top 10. He could be top 10. He had 8 touchdowns last year. I hear so many people talking.
I said 12 to 15 to be safe, but like in my head and the way I feel about him, I think he can easily be a top 10. I just don't want to mislead people into getting like too hyped over it, but I think he's great.
Yeah. All right, I went ahead. Oh my God, I timed out again. It's freezing on. I literally was swiping and I was hitting draft and it just stuck. And freaking A.
Better fix your queue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make my queue the only one player, because I thought that happened the first time, because I was like, what? I timed out. I'm literally swiping and hitting draft, and he's not even going away. Let me close the app.
Yeah, because you said like, oh, I'm taking Pat Bryant.
Damn it, man. Now I can't get Sean Tucker, but that's okay. I love Keith Mitchell. I mean, he's in my queue for a reason. But now I gotta really worry about. And I wanted Tesla. Who took Tesla? One of the snipers? Where did he even go?
Oh, geez, 2 rounds ago.
Jeez, my boy. All right, let's do a little snipe test. Don't take DeAndre Hopkins. Please at least leave me Hopkins. Anybody wants to draft, code Smitty. Use the link in the description. I'll drop it one more time in the live chat. If you're watching a replay, link is in the description of this video and every video. You can always find the links to everything in the videos, especially my thefantasyfootballshow.com or the Patreon link. All right, I gotta pick somebody real quickly. While it's a little early, I'm drafting like quarterback and like tight end with the last spot, so I'm just gonna make sure I don't miss Royals. I don't worry about like the round 17, 16, 15 territory, especially when you are like maybe going wide tight end and quarterback. So I got 2 bye week 10 quarterbacks, so I have to take a quarterback here. Stafford's there with a bye week 8. My 2 quarterbacks, Cam and Mahomes, are 10. Do I take Stafford and assume he's upright? Or do I risk the biscuit with Jalen Milroe and assume that Darnold's nowhere to be found? Darnold's in, visiting the ghosts inside the Disneyland haunted mansion.
I kind of like Stafford, but
yeah,
that's just a gamble.
With this back lasting till week 10, I think you probably will, but that's my only concern is like, will he be hurt or something? Chat, what do you think? Milroe or just go with Stafford and play that safe? Of course, he'll probably take Stafford here, but
one for Stafford. 2 for Stafford.
All right, let's go with the Staffmeister. The Maestro.
For Arroyo.
And to be honest, like, this isn't just a player that I'm only using during bye week 10. He could maybe have rotational value up to that point too. So, I mean, Mahomes could have a bad game. So, team looks pretty good though. Here's the squad so far. I've got from the 4 spot: Lamb, Chops, Bucky, Kyron, Rice, Hunter, Mahomey, Charbonnet, Kelsey, Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims, Thornton, Gordon, Ollie Gordon, Cam Ward, Rashard Smith, Keaton Mitchell, Jalen Royals, and Matthew Stafford. Do I leave Ingram and Kelsey as my tight end duo, different bye weeks, and go with another? Man, could go Milroe or go another wide receiver. My wide receivers are bye week 10, 10, 10, 8, 12, 8. So I'm covered. During bye week 10, I have 3 receivers available, but they're Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims, and Dante Thornton. So, I do wonder if I should maybe forego the third tight end option. And the third tight end option might not even help me much. But I think like if I grab Fannin, I think it's got upside. But do I want Fannin's upside maybe not helping my Kelsey by week 10, Evan Ingram by week 12? I'm fine. And just go another receiver?
I'd say wide receiver probably. I guess there's risk. Kelsey being older and Ingram being a little injury prone. But assuming one of them stays. Got the other week.
You guys like Chisholm, Yoshi Voss, or Arroyo? That's not bad.
Arroyo's not bad either.
Arroyo, yeah. I guess Royo, Chisholm, or Yoshi Voss, knowing that I have Kelsey and Ingram, they both are kind of injury prone. But that said, what if one of them gets hurt and I just missed that one bye week? Or they get hurt after the bye week or something. One vote for Yoshi, one for Arroyo, one for a wide receiver. So we're completely split down the middle. What are we thinking here? What's up, Sick Nasty? Travis, can you ask Smitty his thoughts about, Lambert Smith? Crowded. He looked really good, and then the room got more crowded. So I'm not like.
I think Keenan Allen's going to take away from him, at least to start.
Royal went. Okay, I could go Noah Gray if I wanted to go tight end still. So Noah Gray, Yoshi Voss, Chisholm, Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond.
Bond would be he's interesting. He could move up the depth chart fast.
Let's go Chisholm. Let me put my team on.
No, talk about MHJ before real quick. I don't see how he's going to even be able to be covered in the red zone with how big he is and the way he can run routes and stuff.
Yeah,
the 20, it's going to be hard to cover someone like him.
I love the people that are best wide receiver prospect to come out of college in decades, and now all of a sudden he's slow, and everyone says he's the weight gain is not going to be good for him at the end of the day. It's like, I don't know what people are. They're so
Those
fickle.
people haven't watched a second of any of the plays last year.
I know, they're so fickle, man. People are so fickle. But they go with the wind.
And like we always say, if he had, even if he didn't have the 10 touchdowns, but if he got 1,000 yards, people wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, 1,000.
He's talking about 200 yards.
Whatever.
Like, was it 100 and something yards?
He had at least 3 or 4 occasions where he was running downfield by himself, which is a problem in itself, and maybe a replicated situation this year. You can make that argument, like, well, if nothing's going to change, Kyler's going to miss him again. But Kyler gave him 8 scores, and MHJ, Gannon, and Kyler all said together in separate, interviews that it was MHJ's fault. That he was just not clicking yet. The game was too fast for him, but something clicked. He was never blaming Kyler. So I don't know. I think people are just wildly hating on Kyler. Here's the team: Mahomes, Ward, Matthew Stafford, Bucky, Kyron, Sharps, Ollie Gordon, Rashard Smith, Keaton Mitchell, CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims, Dante Thornton, Royals, Chisholm, and Kelsey Ingram. Pretty good.
I like that. That RB room could be a monster. All those guys could be starting by the
River, you're live, River.
Yeah, what's up, Smitty? What's up, Travis?
What's up, my boy?
I got a trade question, and then if you got time, I know you're busy, but I got a 14-team league I also just drafted, but I got a trade question here first.
Okay.
I'm sending away Coleman. It's a 12-team dynasty PPR. I'm sending away Coleman, Pearsall, and Braylon Allen, and I'd be getting back Mims, Jaden Blue, Thornton, and he threw in Tony Pollard.
Mims, Jaden Blue, and Pollard.
And Deontay Thornton Jr.
Did you say dynasty or redraft?
12-team dynasty.
I don't know, man. This is like one of those, I don't know. I guess both make each other.
Put it on your trade calculator. It said it was a win for me, but I just want to ask your opinion on it.
It feels like one of those, like both your teams are worse. I don't know. I guess I would. The thing about it is, I love Blue. I do love Mims. I love Thornton. Pollard's interesting. Coleman I like a lot right now. Pearsall's solid. Braylon Allen could be interesting. I mean, this is so hard to predict. I guess give me the. No, I don't know. I mean, I really like Coleman, bro. And Pearsall's got such good trade value. You're hearing people talk about drafting him in round 4. So if Pearsall's got round 4 redraft value, imagine what his dynasty value is, because it's not going to be worse. He's young. So I don't know. Maybe you're selling Pearsall too low. You have Pearsall, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you're selling him too low. I think maybe you try and get rid of Pearsall. Plus, like Braylon Allen, what if they trade Brees Holloway? What if Coleman does bounce back? I love Blue, but he's still on the bench. Mims, I like a lot. I do. Thornton, I like a lot. Both are unproven for 2025 at least. Like, I don't know they're guaranteed anything. Pollard, maybe decline happens. I don't know. I'm not like super into Pollard in Dynasty. So I don't know. I guess I would just tell you, let's try and get a lot more for Pearsall and shoot for a bigger trade. I don't like this. This is kind of a nothing.
Okay. And, yeah, like, not on the other side. Like, I like Mims a lot, but I could live without him. Like,
I like
if there's a way you could just get, I would say if you could get Thornton, long-term dynasty in a different trade, maybe.
Yeah, Thornton's like the guy that, like, we picked him up and we've got him for free and we're all just like ear to ear grin because it doesn't cost us anything, and if it's bad, we'll just turn our backs on him and run away. Like, we don't need to, but to trade for him and you're paying the price for it, and then Pearsall's got this near 4th round dynasty value. I just think you're not taking advantage of that.
All right, yeah. I was just wondering if you got time to tell me what you think of this 14 team.
Yeah, as quick as you can. Give me the starters only and like a couple of the bench players. I don't need the whole team and kickers and all that. Go ahead.
All right, so mind you, this is an IDP league where Travis Hunter is projected to be top 5 besides quarterbacks.
Okay.
And I'll give you this in order in which I drafted it. Genty, London, Hunter in the 3rd, Hindi in the 4th, Ingram, Igbuka, Debo, Garindo, Penix, Jaden Blue, Benson, Smith, Richard Smith.
Yeah. I like it. What are you thinking you're wanting to move?
I was just wondering your opinions on also a waiver wire. If I should drop Garindo for like a Keaton Mitchell or a the Houston rookie, what's his name?
Garindo for Marks or for Marks or for who? Who's the other one?
Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, I can't sit on Garindo right now. Mid-hell.
Did you say Mitchell or
the thing about Marks is this could change really quickly. Like, we might be hitting the "we told you" button over and over and over on Marks real soon. But we don't know if Marks, we just have no idea what this team's thinking right now. It's not like they said, oh yeah, Mixon's not going to be available week 4 or we're rolling with Marks. It's kind of like, what's happening? When it's like Nick Chubb, everyone's like Nick Chubb. I came in here the moment Nick Chubb signed. I said, Nick Chubb's nothing. He's not going to do anything. So right now it's Marks, but do they trade for Walker? Do they trade for ETN? You know, there's been a lot of trades the last couple of days. Or last 24 to 48 hours. Hard to know. I imagine that they're thinking about it. So Marks could go from, you know, league winner to 0. And keep in mind, when Nick Chubb arrives, Marks was starting to climb a little bit, but your boy, me, I was talking about Marks like crazy, then Chubb landed, and everyone's like, screw this. And even I was like, okay, we got to back off a minute. It sucked. But, you know, I said that, I think the words I used were, he still got something to say about it, but it's certainly not his time to shine right now with Mixon and Chubb, like, now on the roster. But injury happens to Mixon. Chubb's not going to stay healthy. Eventually, he's going to start some games. Marks will start some games this year. Of that, I have no doubt. And the fact that he pulled in 83 receptions one season in college as a running back is crazy. So his resume is really nice for pass catching. All right, River. Good. I would say final answer would be drop Garindo, pick up Mitchell. The offense is better.
Mitchell.
Offense is better. He'll get at least the kind of work that Marks is getting anyway. And if Henry were to go down, he'd be league winning. If Marks is in the lineup in Houston, He'd be really good, but would he necessarily have as much room to run? The offensive line's a little bit shoddy. I don't know. I'm going to say Mitchell to the moon.
And obviously, like Ollie Gordon, Tootin, those guys are gone.
Yeah, make sure Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, it's a 14 team. It's a deep league, so.
All right, my boy. We'll see you later, River.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Later. All right, Travis, anything else? I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you.
Nope. Thanks, Smitty. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, later, bro. All right, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Did I miss anybody's super chat? If someone could tell me if I did miss your super chat, I'll look for it real quick. I'll take Dak over Kyler. I don't blame you. I mean, in redraft, I probably would too. But in Dynasty, I don't know that I would. I mean, I've already said I wouldn't. I might waver on that a little bit. I definitely feel like it's something to waver on. Oh, man. Now I got to go run. Keeping these LBs down is exhausting. I'm at 204. I've got literally roughly a week and a couple days to get down to 190, to get down to 200 even. That was the challenge. The challenge presented by BBQ. I don't know if I saw BBQ today or yesterday. Hope he's doing good. But BBQ challenged me. He said he dropped $500 super chat, and it's not about just the super chat. It's about the challenge too. Like just getting there. He's dropped enough, but I want to get to the 200 mark. I need to get to the two. I'm at like 204, 205, and I can't let up. I gotta run tonight. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna fall asleep in this chair. All right, I don't think I missed anybody's super chat. I'll probably fall asleep while I'm running. I almost fell asleep when I was reading the super chat. I was, I guess, 25. Because I didn't sleep the night before. Today. Yeah, I don't even know what day it is. With the McLaurin live stream, I hadn't slept yet. So that was today. Well, yesterday. Now it's midnight. Or 1 o'clock my time. But then I slept for like 2 hours. So I'm still on like no actual sleep. But all right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. Probably won't have a video in the morning, unfortunately. I had a video this morning, but probably won't have one in the morning. I'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate every single one of you. Just make sure you get on over to the Patreon if you want to support the channel and support your fantasy season, because you're going to get the live chat group that you see in here right now in the live chat. That group, that same group, is over on the Patreon 24/7, 365. That link has just been dropped. It is a live chat group, $10 a month, cancel anytime. You can sign up in advance for the 12 months and get 2 months free. And it'd be $8 a month. So go check that out. And then don't forget, I have my thefantasyfootballshow.com for your drafts, your waiver wire content. All of that jazz is there for the taking over at thefantasyfootballshow.com. So smash that link. Both links are in the description of every single video, including this one. And then, of course, to draft with us next time on Underdog, you'll want to hit this link, which is also in the description of the video and pinned right now in the live chat. But draft with us anytime by clicking that link and doing a $10 minimum deposit. $10 is all you got to do. They'll match it 50%, give you $5 in bonus credit in your account. And you can do three $5 puppy drafts before they close, probably right before the season. So see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget, I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday for the news show, the daily news show. And then I'm live whenever big news breaks and additional news live streams. And then I'm live at midnight Eastern to draft with you all pretty much every single midnight. See you all later. Appreciate you. Deuce. Thank you for my super chats. Thank you, moderators. My mods rock. Travis, Blackbeard, Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, DeBalt, Vampy, Kenny Powers. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Appreciate you all. See you all tomorrow. See you on the Patreon. I'm going on the Patreon right now.